Hey guys, we forgot to record this in the...
we forgot?
I forgot to record this in the actual podcast. So before you start the amazing and historic journey of the youthful exuberance of Chuck and Brad in 1998 and their decisions and what they did to their bodies and what they liked and what they didn't like and what turned them on and what frightened them.
The answers are shockingly similar.
Yes. I forgot to mention that Senior Discount has a big show coming up July 16th at Simon 677. The bands on the show will be the Ya Beautifuls from the makers of In Division, Senior Discount, of course, Animal Empire, a secret special co-headliner, which I really do wish I could tell you who it was because it is going to be awesome. And it's not a local band, it's a national act. And Icarus the Owl will be playing at Simon 677, like I said. That's going to be July 16th. It's a Tuesday. We need to sell just a few pre-sale tickets. They're only $10. Get at us at seniordiscountbooking@gmail.com, twitter.com/seniordiscount, facebook.com/seniordiscount, whatever you want. Show starts at 6, and it's going to be in Providence, like I said. I hope you got all the info. I know it was kind of scattered. But it's going to be on our Facebook page. It's going to be on our main website. I really hope everyone comes out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're also playing another show in August, on August 9th in Boston at Copperfields, which is right next to Fenway, with Sunshine Riot. So
that should be an amazing show. Yeah,
it's going to be really fun. I really want to book some more shows, too, and have like a big summer. But sit back. I don't want you to relax. I know that people say sit back and relax.
Edge of your seat.
Yeah,
people.
Sit back. Get anxious. Be upset while you prepare yourself for Chuck and Brad's Brammies and Chammies Flashback Edition 1998 Part 1.
Hello and welcome to Agreeing to Disagree, the Chuck and Brad podcast.
I'm Chuck.
I am Brad.
So we're back for our Flashback podcast. It seems like we just did the other one.
No, it doesn't. It seems like a whole year has passed since the last Flashback one.
All right, to set you up in case you've never heard this before, here's what we're going to do. Every year, at the end of the year, like a normal media, TV show, podcast, whatever, would do, is we talk about the best of the year. Our favorite books, movies, video games, music, whatever.
TV.
Yep. That's what we do at the end of every year, just for the past year. And we decided that halfway through every year, and at the end of June, early July, we're going to do a flashback episode of the same kind of best of thing of 15 years prior, when we were much younger.
Yes.
So last year we did 1997. It was the first time we did it. This year we're doing 1998. I was in 8th grade.
I turned 20 that year,
okay.
So I was between my sophomore and junior years, like one semester of sophomore year, one semester of junior year of college.
Mine was one semester, one half 7th grade, one half 8th grade.
Yep. The good old days.
And they're called the Brammies and Chammies. Brad's faves, Chuck's faves.
Yep.
Brammies and Chams, Bram Chams, BRs, Brachas. And so let's kick it off. What are we doing? Games?
I think we're starting with games. Right. Favorite games from 1998.
So these are our absolute favorite games, video games from 1998. And we're going to go through games, movies, books, TV, music, and then our personal lives.
Now I'll say this.
In two parts of episodes.
Yes. Typically when we do the Brammies and Chammies, it doesn't matter when the game came out. But if we played it, in the previous year, we'll talk about it.
But it's the opposite rules with the flashback.
Right, because I don't remember what year I played these games.
Exactly. So in other words, we're talking about the games that came out in 1998.
Right, that we played or experienced in some way.
Yes. Okay. Let's do it. Here, but the way I did it was favorite Nintendo, favorite PlayStation, because it was N64 and PlayStation.
Okay.
And then I have some honorable mentions.
Yeah, I guess I just wrote down games I played a lot, and I know which one was my favorite Nintendo game and the one PlayStation game I remember playing that year.
Okay. Favorite Nintendo game of 1998, Brad?
The Legend of Zelda.
Really? Did that come out that year?
Ocarina of Time.
Wow, that's a big game.
Yes, it is.
That's a really big game.
I think it's my favorite game of all time.
Wow.
But I've played so many great games this year.
Yeah.
it's being challenged.
Wow.
But honestly, to hold that title for 15 years is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, exactly. You're right.
It's like the Bruno Sammartino of video games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good reference.
Thank you.
My favorite video game of 1998.
Favorite Nintendo. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
WCW versus NWO Revenge.
Ah, yes.
That was a game.
That was a fun game.
I'll say this. Basically, for Nintendo 64, there was a wrestling game series. It was created by THQ and AKI.
Yep.
And the first one was called WCW World Tour, or maybe WCW
versus NWO World Tour. Yep.
And that was like a very rudimentary version.
Yep.
Then they made a more updated version called Revenge that was awesome.
Had an expanded roster, different arenas, all that kind of stuff.
And they basically did the same thing because WWF bought the rights to those game developers.
Yep.
And they did WrestleMania 2000.
Yep.
And then the better version of that, which was No Mercy.
Right.
Amazing. But yeah, of 1998, WCW versus NWO Revenge. Runners up.
Okay.
The South Park game.
I'd never played it.
I love the South Park first-person shooter
That does
game.
not surprise me in the slightest.
And 1080.
Yep.
Snowboarding.
I have that on my list.
Amazing. And my favorite baseball game of all time, Major League Baseball with Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, all right. I never played Ken Griffey Jr.
Really?
Right.
Did you play Mike Piazza?
No, I didn't play a baseball game for the N64. I don't think I played one at all.
Really, that was my favorite. That was my favorite video game of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite baseball game.
Yeah, I played. Baseball Stars for the original Nintendo is probably my favorite of all time.
The N64. In terms of like childhood joy, it's the best console for me.
Right.
Like I always say, like, is it my favorite console? But clearly the 360 has given me a lot more fun and a lot more time of fun.
Right.
But N64 has all these like they have, Mario 64, Mario Kart.
Right.
My favorite baseball game, my favorite wrestling game,
Yep.
1080. What was it called? The snowboarding game.
1080. You said it.
Oh, not snowboarding. Wave race. Wave race.
Yes.
There's a bunch of them, and I own all of them now.
Yep.
because I have a couple of N64s in my house. Maybe I should get that wireless N64 controller that just was released.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Other honorable mentions.
Yes.
Banjo-Kazooie.
That was
3D
people
platformer.
love that game. I never played it.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. But looking back, I couldn't tell you anything about it. I was like, oh, that was the game where I collected everything.
Yeah.
And I normally don't try to 100% a game, but I'm not sure that was the game. It might have been Jack and Daxter for the PlayStation 2. I played Kobe Bryant in NBA Courtside. That was a game I rented from the video store across the street from my residence hall.
Yes.
Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, people love that game.
Tetris 64.
Tetris 64 is one of the best Tetris games ever released.
And in addition to WCW NWO Revenge, I played a lot of WWF Warzone.
Yes, you did.
Because I was a WWF guy, not a WCW guy. And with the Creator Wrestler feature, I was an RA both of those years. But like during RA training, we made
King
wrestlers for each person on our staff.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, Jen Duca is like a tall redheaded woman in real life, and so we made like a tall redheaded wrestler, and so we made everyone and got to do matches between them, and it was like doing that. I have no idea if I still own the cartridge, but I would love to see if all those characters are saved in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I'll have enough time to do that in the near future. But we'll see. It's flashback time of year. Maybe I do.
Maybe you will. Who knows? I still have some of my controller packs. I don't know what saves are on there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. All right. Favorite PlayStation game? Apocalypse, starring Bruce Willis, which might be the very first game ever that starred a celebrity that wasn't like a license from like something that already existed. It was an independent license.
Interesting.
Apocalypse, and it's basically like your view is a third-person shooter.
Okay.
But the thing is, you couldn't move like all over the place like Grand Theft Auto in all directions. You could move forward and sideways.
Right.
And that was the directional pad. And then the X, square, circle, triangle buttons were shooting forward, shooting right, shooting left, shooting back.
Interesting.
And the R and left triggers changed guns. Like you got special guns, kind of like Daffy Duck and the Marvin missions for Super Nintendo. It was a very interesting game. I love that game. I'd be happy to go back and play it right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
My favorite.
I think I own it and have the ability to play it right now on my PlayStation 3.
Oh, we lost Chuck.
Yep. That's, I don't know. You're with me for some reason in the other room.
My favorite PlayStation game that came out in 1998, Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, that was a huge one. A lot of people, yeah.
And that one, I think we bought the walkthrough, or like somebody, one of my residents, Scott Lushevsky, Sal, we called him.
Yes.
Bought the guide, and I would sit in the room and I'd read the guide and I'd tell him what to do.
Yeah.
And then, so we finished the game, or like he finished it one night and I didn't get to see the end or something. So I started an entire new game and played through it.
Just to see the ending?
But I knew what was going on because I had read the guide where I'm like, oh, this is the part where I need to get the green or ribbon come out, like whatever. And so I didn't own a PlayStation, so I was limited to games that other people had.
Yeah.
And so it was either the games that my brother had at home or people on my floor.
Yeah.
And there were ones... I don't remember if it came out that year or not, but it was Thrill Kill. That might have been 99, where it was like banned, but we had a modded PlayStation and could play Burn.
ISO or something?
Yeah, somebody else did, and I don't say that as like, oh, I'm covering my behind. I say that because I didn't have the technical know-how to do it.
Right.
It was. It was an interesting time.
I miss relationships, and like I'm talking about like any type of relationship where you play a video game and your friend actually enjoys watching you play the video game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that comes around rarely. Me and Lou did that for a couple games where he would just like watch me walk through the dark. We did it with The Darkness actually, and he would look online at the walkthrough. We'd play through the whole game.
Yep.
And I love that.
Yeah, it's what like I said, I've been playing some amazing games this year.
Yeah.
And I feel like several of them, 2 or 3 of them would be worth watching somebody else play through.
Yeah.
If you're not me, because I get so frustrated like, no, come on, obviously you should have ducked there.
Yeah.
Like let me just play it. Let me just so
Yeah.
But
it's funny.
Yeah, they've definitely been spectator worthy games, but I've never been one who's had like those kind of relationships where somebody would sit and watch. It's hard.
Yeah. Alyssa did that for me with Super Mario Galaxy.
Yep.
And Cindy's down to do it with Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
All right. Honorable mentions. Oh well, I'll say this: PlayStation favorite runner-up, Abe's Exodus. That game was awesome.
Okay. The Abe World.
Yeah, maybe it might be Odyssey. I don't know which one it was because there's 2. But those games are awesome. They're remaking one of them in HD, and I'd love to play through it.
Interesting.
Honorable mentions in general. House of the Dead 2 came out in arcade that year.
Oh, okay.
Which I've played through many times on my original Xbox and Wii. I love shooters, and I love House of the Dead.
Right.
Okay, we're jumping into movies.
I think so.
Whoa, mama.
Let me scroll down.
Should we do movies last or music? Let's do movies. Let's do movies next.
All right.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
All right. Now, in movies, in the Brammies and Chammies, we have a list that we made a while back and that we sometimes tinker with of like how we should, what categories exactly are within each like genre of favorites. And with this one, we kind of have to play with it because it's like one of his favorite documentary. I did not watch a documentary when I was in 7th grade that I thought was my favorite.
I didn't watch one at college. So.
All right, so first one, favorite documentary, don't have it.
Nope.
Second one, now let's talk about this a little bit. Favorite comedy of 1998.
Looking at the comedies that I went to Wikipedia, looked up movies that came out in 98.
Yep.
And went through and wrote down the ones that I've seen.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 comedies that I really enjoy.
Tell me what they were.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what my favorite one was.
I know what my favorite one was. Basketball. I'll tell you Basketball
please
I
do.
love.
Please do.
Now that came out in the summer of 98. So I was how old? It came out before my birthday, so I was 13.
Yep.
I don't know how we got into a Radar movie, me and Christian. But we went to go see Basketball kind of on a whim because there wasn't really much to see. And I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought it was hilarious.
Right.
Like, I love Trey Parker and Matt Stone's characters. I thought it was so funny. Best thing about it, never saw South Park at all or had an interest beforehand.
Wow.
Right? Isn't that interesting?
Yes, it is.
But I loved it. I love that movie. I think it's so funny. I still love it to this day. I love the jokes in that movie. I love that type of sense of humor.
Right.
I don't know. I love Basketball. It's one of my favorite movies.
I think my favorite, and we're going to have a ton of honorable mentions here. I think my favorite movie, maybe not the funniest, but my favorite movie of this list, The Wedding Singer, starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore.
Of the comedies,
yes, of the comedies, yes.
Wedding Singer was an excellent movie. I love the songs in that movie. I love that movie. It's one of my. It's probably like the first romantic comedy that I liked.
Right.
You know, you're probably right about that. Honorable mentions, and I'm gonna say mine. And we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Almost Heroes,
starring Matthew Perry and Chris Farley.
Posthumously.
Yeah.
Is it humus?
Posthumously.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Jesus.
It's all right.
Thanks a lot, Brad.
Sorry, but look,
I use this word daily. Okay.
Yeah, well, now you're going to use it correctly in the future.
I love Almost Heroes. I think it's super funny. I think Matthew Perry is excellent in it, and it's basically Chris Farley as Chris Farley and Matthew Perry as Matthew Perry, which is such an interesting
set
team.
in like the 16 or 1700s as like competitors to Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, and like, but their comedy stylings work off each other. So funny. One of my people talk about their favorite bits from different physical comedians, and one of my favorite ones from Chris Farley is the egg with the eagle.
Yep.
From Almost Heroes. Unbelievably good. Okay, basically what we talked about. Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, you're right. You skipped many of mine, but that's fine.
Well,
Sorry.
They're not. Mine aren't alphabetical.
Okay.
Are yours alphabetical?
Yeah, that's the list I worked off of.
All right, fine. All right, you skipped. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. No, it's fine. Night at the Roxbury. Let's talk about that.
Awesome.
I remember so little of it now.
Really?
But I remember laughing hysterically. I remember that
I watched it
Molly Shannon is in it.
I watched it on TV, probably half of it, like within the past 3 months.
And Molly Shannon is into I think into Will Ferrell. I just remember he said something like nice globes, and she was holding like light bulbs in front of her boobs. He's like nice globes, and I don't mean that metaphorically, or something like that. And I remember thinking that was so smart and so clever.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
from a movie I expected honestly very little from.
Yeah.
But I, yelling Richard Grieco and all these different things.
Yeah. The movie has a lot of funny stuff in it.
Yeah, I'd love to rewatch it.
I feel bad.
Is it out on Blu-ray yet?
It's not on Blu-ray yet.
Okay, then we can't rewatch it.
I know. I just went through my whole list and saw what DVDs I could replace with Blu-rays, and it was not on there. So I still have my DVD copy. I will say, I feel bad that Chris Kattan doesn't really have a movie career.
Right.
Because he's really, really funny. His delivery is really good. I don't think he's a subtle guy.
No.
But in that movie, as kind of the leader of those two, and even though he's the small one, he's great. Yeah. And Will Ferrell also plays a very non-Will Ferrell role. Yep. That guy's very hey, I don't know. It's not like Will Ferrell's kind of oh no, I am the dumb one and I am in charge. You will, you know what I mean? It's not that, So it's really good. All right. Very Bad Things. I love.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
It's a very, very dark comedy. I think part of why I like it so much is because it's so dark, and because I saw it, probably not in 1998, but soon after. I definitely saw it on VHS, and it's very, very, very dark. And I just kind of like the idea of such a different movie. Right. And plus, Daniel Stern, I love, and he's one of the main characters. Jon Favreau is one of the main characters. Yep. Christian Slater.
See, I feel like I get that
Piven.
Confused with was there a movie called Best Laid Plans that came out that year?
There are a couple movies that are similar.
There was one that is that one about a bachelor party?
Yeah, it is. That's
okay,
what it is. And it's with Jeremy Piven's having sex with a hooker,
right?
In the
bathroom, she dies,
and her head gets impaled on a coat rack by accident, and then it just starts this string of cover-ups, basically.
Right. Okay.
And it ends with maybe the most offensive and awful. It's a good movie. It's fun. Right. It's really fun.
All right.
Very Bad Things. Waterboy is awesome.
Yes,
Waterboy
it is
excellent.
That I was going back and forth, and I'm like, all right, well, that's good that I have two Adam Sandler movies here.
Yeah, Waterboy is excellent. And I remember when thinking this is the new Adam Sandler stuff as opposed to the old stuff Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. They had a budget for Waterboy. You could tell. It was shot at the school. Henry Winkler was one of the main characters.
I remember being amazed that Henry Winkler, but now it's taken for granted that Henry Winkler is going to show up in Happy Madison Productions.
Yeah,
of course he is.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I'd like to say I also love The Wedding Singer. But my final one in this category, and I put this movie in this category because I think it's the closest. Can't Hardly Wait.
I've also put it in the category.
Yeah, just because it's you can either do drama or comedy, and Can't Hardly Wait is an awesome teen movie.
Yes,
I was 13 at the time.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get into it then. I'm pretty sure I used 2 VCRs and copied it onto a different VHS tape.
Of course. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, but I don't know that I really rewatched it. And then one of my coworkers at UMass, Meg, loves Can't Hardly Wait. And I rewatched it recently to kind of, connect with her. And I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so many people that I know in this movie. Yeah. And there's so much funny stuff.
Yeah.
So I definitely enjoyed it. And in addition, my I like to call it my guilty pleasure movie, Josie and the Pussycats, references Can't Hardly Wait at one point.
Really?
Basically, the plot of Josie and the Pussycats is that like this evil corporation is brainwashing kids to like market to them.
Yeah.
And so they're in the command center, and like on a ticker in the background, you see Can't Hardly Wait is an underrated movie or something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's great. Other comedies that I watched that came out in 1998
that you watched
that I've seen. I don't know that I watched them in 1998.
That you like, you mean though? Well, why do you have them on this list if they're the best?
Well,
stuff?
Dead Man on Campus. I don't really remember.
Okay, that's later in my list.
Okay. Dirty Work.
Dirty Work,
starring Norm Macdonald. I love that movie, but
I haven't seen it since probably VHS tape.
Yeah, but a lot of that might be nostalgia and
to watch it again.
Just affection for Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, I hear you.
Half Baked. Surprised that wasn't on your list.
Yeah,
because you love baking.
I love Dave Chappelle. Yeah. That movie's pretty funny, and I love what's his name, Harlan Williams too.
Yeah,
and Jim Brewer I like.
There's Something About Mary came out that year.
Mm-hmm. I don't love Something About Mary.
I definitely loved parts of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of catapulted Ben Stiller.
Yeah, of course it did.
And Cameron Diaz and jizz jokes.
Yeah.
So all three, I couldn't do without any of them. And then I guess I have two.
Couldn't live another day without any of them.
I guess I have two others that show up elsewhere on the list.
Okay.
So, but Dead Man on Campus, I think, was more about like watching it with friends.
Yes.
Than anything about the quality of the movie. So.
Yes. I'll have my thoughts on that when I come up with it. All right. Favorite drama. Favorite tie.
Okay. What's your tie?
Truman Show.
Okay.
And Snake Eyes.
Wow.
Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
I love both those movies. And like I think that Jim Carrey is awesome in Truman Show. I think he kills it. And then Snake Eyes is like not an action movie.
Right.
It's like a conspiracy thriller movie kind of almost. Yeah, he's a detective. But he's like the thing is, have you seen it?
No.
Really?
No, you told me the other day it was a detective story.
Have you seen 8mm?
No, I have not.
We gotta have a non-action Nicolas Cage night. But yeah, basically Snake Eyes is awesome because he's basically this crooked cop,
right.
And he sees this thing happening. Snake Eyes is awesome. We gotta watch it. What the hell are we doing?
All right.
But yeah, I love both those movies.
All right. I think my favorite drama from 1998, American History X.
I put that under thriller/horror.
Okay.
But go ahead. Awesome.
Yes. Honorable mentions go to Rounders, the poker movie starring
Never
Matt Damon.
watched it.
Okay. Sliding Doors, the alternate timeline movie starring Gwyneth Paltrow.
I heard it's awesome.
And I wrote down The Siege. That's one that I don't necessarily like. I remember loving the concept.
I don't even remember at all.
Basically,
I don't know if I saw it.
I there was like I think there was a terrorist attack, so they like locked down this area of the city.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need to round up all the Muslims. And this is again in 1998. They're like, we need to round up all the Muslims, and a liberal professor lady was like, my boyfriend's a Muslim, I'll hide him, and of course he was one of the ones responsible.
Oh, really?
I think Bruce Willis was in it. If that's the movie I'm thinking of, if not, might be.
I thought it was Steven Seagal.
No, I don't. I'm almost certain it's Bruce Willis.
Okay, I believe you.
But maybe it's the Jackal that I'm thinking of. I don't know.
I don't know either. Jackal.
But yeah, American History X, really powerful.
Yeah.
Really well done movie.
Yeah. All right. Favorite thriller horror. So I have a tie with American History X. I agree. I think it's awesome.
Right.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yep.
Brittany Murphy's getting. Oh no, who is it? Who is the girl that's getting banged at the beginning? Fairuza Balk.
Yeah.
Getting the hell banged out of her, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then Apt Pupil. Apt Pupil came out in 1998.
Based on a Stephen King story.
2 Nazi movies that we love.
We?
You don't love Apt Pupil?
I've never seen it.
What is going on with you today?
I read it.
Okay.
My thriller/horror was the first X-Files movies.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was the only thriller/horror movie I watched that year.
I didn't see anything that was that great.
Yeah.
Okay. We usually have a category of shitty horror movie.
Yep.
Like a stupid one, but obviously back then we didn't. Music DVD, I did not have one.
No.
Favorite action movie?
Oh, man. I need to figure out what's action and what's epic action.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Favorite action movie for me? Lethal Weapon 4 was awesome. The fight scene with Jet Li and Mel Gibson in the house on the road.
Yep.
And then the table is dragging and Mel Gibson's holding on to the thing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love that. I just watched all the Lethal Weapon movies again, I guess around this time last year, and oh my god, they were so good.
Okay.
Favorite action movie for Brad?
I'm trying to figure out if it. You know what? I'm gonna say it as action. Maybe you'll count it as epic action. Saving Private Ryan.
I'll say it's either is fine. I never really saw it.
I really enjoy. I think it's amazingly well done, and the effect. Everyone talks about like the first 26 minutes or whatever, but like the rest of the movie's pretty good.
Yeah, no, everyone loves that movie.
As they should. Some honorable mentions. I included Lethal Weapon 4 on my list. Maybe it counts as epic action. Armageddon.
Sure, I'd say so.
I don't know which category that goes in.
I'd say epic. Yeah, we basically the two categories we have are action for like an action movie. Think of like a Die Hard. And epic action is more like a fantastical superhero movie or something that's like a monumental, like almost like what's it called? Disaster films. Like those fall into it.
All right. So I won't do Armageddon there.
Armageddon's a disaster film.
Yeah. That's epic action. We're still in action.
Okay.
U.S. Marshals I watched, but I watched that like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour is an interesting series.
I loved Rush Hour then. Haven't rewatched it. Don't know if it holds up.
I don't think it probably will.
Okay.
What do you think?
I honestly, I don't know. Like, it's because I've been deprived of Chris Tucker for so long. Yeah. Will I grow to appreciate him? Also, Enemy of the State, which only got on this list because Jason Lee had a brief part in it. And I remember, like, that's the guy from Mallrats.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who was he?
I think he played a guy who they thought he had, like, whatever, the cartridge or tape or whatever. And they were chasing him down like he was riding his bike through the city and they ran him over or something like that. But I was like, it's, is it Banky? Is that
Banky.
I'm like, it's Banky. Like
Brody.
Brody. I was so excited that Brody had another role.
Yes. That's cool.
So, so Enemy of the State. That's I don't remember much of the movie, but I remember that.
I remember liking Enemy of the State, but I haven't watched it in a long time. Same thing with Minority Report. It seems like a very similar movie. Well, like similar in terms of like tone.
Yeah.
Epic action.
Epic action. You know what? I will say I have a tie.
Go ahead.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Which made me cry and probably makes me cry every time I watch it.
Yeah.
There was a great joke in The Office, like one of the first couple seasons where Michael Scott was complaining about Dwight or something. He's like, Dwight was complaining about Michael Scott, and he's like, I didn't tell anyone that you cried when we watched Armageddon last New Year's Eve. And it's like the idea that they spent their New Year's Eve together watching Armageddon is really funny.
Yeah, that is really funny.
That
is really good.
Mask of Zorro.
Wow.
Is such a swashbuckling film.
Dynamo.
Yeah, starring our buddy Antonio Banderas.
Yep.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones. So
yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it as kind of I guess a PG. I don't know if it was PG or PG-13, but like kind of a movie in the vein of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it's just adventurous.
Right. Yeah. Like we talked about, the Pirates of the Caribbean are kind of like that.
Yeah.
I never really watched the Zorro movies. I don't know. I wasn't interested at the time.
Yeah.
Epic action. Movie that is going to come back in this favorites list, in this Brammies and Chammies, in a way that you're not going to believe.
Oh, man.
Godzilla.
Wow.
Godzilla was amazing. With Matthew Broderick and Jean-Luc, what is his name? The guy from The Professional.
Besson? No, that's the director, isn't it?
Yeah. Who is it?
Isn't it Luc?
Luke?
It's just Luc Besson.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. I don't know.
I think... Oh, no. Jean Reno is the actor.
Okay. Yeah. And then, what's his name? Hank Azaria? Is that who's in it?
Hank Azaria's in it.
Yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker.
I didn't know she was in it.
I don't know if she's in it.
I've only watched the second half of the movie.
Movie's awesome. Oh, it's awesome. It's great. What a great movie. Oh, my God.
I feel like most of the critics in the world disagree with you. And I'm not going to advocate their stance, but...
Did you watch the part in Madison Square Garden with the eggs?
You showed it to me twice, in fact.
Really?
Like 3 years apart.
I'll show it to you again tonight.
God damn it. Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my impression of Brad, that sound. I love Godzilla. I loved it. I don't know why. I thought it was awesome.
All right.
Okay. Best animated or family movie?
This is tough because the two that I wrote down are so similar.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I think A Bug's Life was slightly more polished than Ants. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's mine.
Okay.
There's Something About Mary. Now, you're going to challenge this.
Yes, I
Here's
will.
Here's why. because my grandfather, my papa,
the judge,
he heard the movie was like this big, movie. Everyone loves it.
Right.
So he took me and Denny to go see it.
Denny's 5 years younger than you.
Yeah, so he was 8 and I was 13.
Okay.
So he went to go see Something About Mary with my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Sat through the whole movie, stayed through the whole time, watched everything. And it was an experience.
Yep.
It was such a weird mistake for my grandfather to make. I don't know why he thought it would be rated R.
Yeah.
If there wasn't going to be stuff like that in it. But it was such a weird thing where he was like, these people, they think sex is funny. Like I remember him saying that out in the parking lot because he was like a little bit not outraged in general, but just like
probably partly embarrassed.
Yeah. So that's my favorite family movie of that year.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, Independent Spirit Award. Let's see if you can guess mine. What movie that came out in 1998 defied genre that I would like?
Godzilla.
No. Come on, you got this.
Mine is The Big Lebowski.
Mine is Wild Things.
Wild Things. I've never seen it.
Really?
Hugely famous because there was a steamy love scene
between Neve Campbell and
Denise Richards.
And who is the other guy?
I don't know.
It's not Matt Dillon. Okay. And Kevin Bacon was the other guy. And you see Kevin's Bacon in that movie.
Okay. I've seen Kevin's Bacon.
And so basically like this is during my starting to jack off years and not my current old hand years.
Yes.
I'm an old hand. It's a pun.
Yes.
And but like that was like one of the main things I jacked off to was the threesome scene. But there's always like there's actually 2 scenes I remember that were like sexy in it. Mm-hmm. And one of them, the guy like Paul, like he takes out what's her name? Rebecca. No, what's her name?
Denise Richards.
I don't know.
It's not Rebecca Gayheart.
Yeah, why can't I think of her name? I don't know. Like, she does look like her.
Yes.
Then like he takes out her boobs and her boobs are out and they just pour like champagne over them and suck it off and it's just like so dirty. It's like I remember there was like a brouhaha about it. Right?
Was like when you saw it with your grandfather in theaters.
Yeah.
These people think sex has champagne.
What? That's a really weird thing to say.
Yeah, I know.
Okay? And by the way, the Independent Spirit Award, when we do this for movies, it's just a movie that is a project that's out of the ordinary. It doesn't have to do with the actual Independent Spirit Award. It's just something very by itself, very original and unique.
Mine is The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, it's very unique.
And you have not seen it, right?
Not since I watched it when I was in college in like film class,
right? In
like kind of a shitty auditorium where the sound was shitty. Yeah. And we watched over to like 2 classes. It wasn't a great viewing experience.
I think that it is out of the ordinary.
I agree.
It's a remake, but not. It's weird, like where you can read critiques that they're like, oh, it's all about emasculation, and like that's the overriding theme of the movie. And I'm like, I never would have thought of that. Yeah. But now I that's all I can think about.
Yes.
And it's just such a bizarre script, such a bizarre project.
I want to watch it again.
Yeah. No, I definitely enjoy it.
All right, so I think we're going to go right to the opinion changer.
No, I have a childhood ruiner.
Oh, tell me.
Childhood ruiner, very exaggerated title. It's for films you thought were great when you were young, rewatched recently, and they're not as great as you thought. Doesn't actually have to be terrible, just a bloated childhood Chucky and Brado.
Yeah, that's me and you.
Now, the movie I picked is Pleasantville. And the reason, I watched it, and I'm like, pretty good movie.
When you were a kid?
When I was 20, I watched it, and I'm like, all right, that makes sense that, this world is black and white, and this world is color, and like, I get it. And it wasn't watching it much later that did it. It was reading a scathing critique of it, like two weeks later, by renowned conservative author Orson Scott Card.
Yeah, you love that guy.
Yeah.
You guys don't differ on any opinions.
Yeah. He talked about how the movie, like, basically, I think a woman cheats on her husband.
Does she? I think she just masturbates.
And she goes to color somehow, and he's like,
I think she masturbates.
All right. It was the mom?
Yeah.
All right. I didn't think it was that.
She does. She's in a tub and she masturbates.
And she turns into color?
I think so.
All right.
It was a running joke in my relationship with my ex-girlfriend Kaylee.
Okay.
Where I made a joke about how
she was going to turn from black and white to color.
No, about how she didn't know how to masturbate.
Okay, and she needed to watch the movie Pleasant.
Something like that.
I thought there was a character. I didn't think that was the main one, but it was basically like this woman is having an adulterous relationship, and
maybe the man has an adulterous relationship.
That makes it okay. Something about how the sexual rules of the 50s weren't bad, and like, you know, basically if you're married, you're married. Like, stick to that vow, and like it's telling people that to follow your heart even if you're in marriage, but you shouldn't be in marriage. Like this whole big thing, and I'm like, I agree with everything you say, Orson Scott Card.
When did that end?
Recently, I guess. Yeah. So
from what I knew,
yes,
yeah.
So it was just one that like I watched it and I'm like, that was a good movie, and then I'm like, what an evil piece of film promoting this liberal lifestyle. Yeah. Reese Witherspoon making me think these immoral thoughts.
Yeah,
about turning her from black and white to color.
Yeah. I had a dirty joke, but I'm good. Anyway,
wow.
So.
Mark it down, folks. Chuck passes on a dirty joke.
Well, it wasn't good. It wasn't a great joke. Remember, I'm trying to be more clever.
Yes,
that would take my average down.
You got it. Good point.
Opinion changer. No, that was your childhood ruiner.
That was my childhood ruiner.
Wow. Okay.
Opinion changer. When a second viewing changes your opinion.
When a second viewing changes your opinion, we call it the opinion changer. You watch something, don't like it, then you do. Opinion changer. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. However, I don't know if I've really given it like when I first watched it when I was very young. I didn't really like it that much.
Right.
I don't know if I gave it a really fair reviewing yet, but I'm sure that I would feel differently about it, 100%. And that when I first watched it, I know I didn't understand a lot of it. So this is kind of a cop-out. It's just some of these categories are difficult for 1998 when I'm a little 7th grade man.
Right.
You know?
All right. Mine was Can't Hardly Wait. As I mentioned, I watched it a second time within the past couple years. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
All right, ready? Stand-up/live comedy. Now, you're going to tell me you don't have anything, but I'm surprised that you don't.
I don't have anything. Are you surprised?
That is when Jerry Seinfeld came out with his final, like basically he had never come out with all the bits that had been part of stuff on Seinfeld. And then at the end of Seinfeld, he came out with I'm Telling You for the Last Time.
Okay.
Which was a huge, huge, huge DVD seller.
Interesting.
Favorite actor? I gotta say, it was Trey Parker. I thought that basketball was so good that I loved it. I'm not even kidding. Like I was like, Parker is.
Was it the locker room scene that did it for you?
No, it was just like their delivery is so funny. I love Weak. I love Sweet. Like I loved everything about
sisters going out with Squeak.
I love everything about like this is Brittany Kaiser's party, and I really, really want to fuck her. Dr. Kaiser. I love that so much. Oh my god.
Oh, that's such a funny movie. One thing about basketball is. Jenny McCarthy was one of the most attractive women in the world at the time. And there is a brief scene where I think she's laying carpet, and she's literally laying carpet. But the way it's shot is that it looks like they're having sex. And I remember being so aroused by that scene.
I jacked off to that scene too.
Yeah. We all did.
Yeah, we all did.
Sorry, favorite actor, Adam Sandler.
Yeah, good call.
For The Wedding Singer and Waterboy.
And those are two vastly different comedies.
Yes, they are.
They really are. Favorite actress for you?
Cameron Diaz.
Okay, I'm going with Jennifer Love Hewitt. I had a big crush on her for a long time.
I considered that as well.
I know what she did last summer. Was the year before?
Yeah.
And then this 1998 was I still think you did last summer, as well as Can't Hardly Wait.
You're right.
So I'm positive that she was still the celebrity woman that I'd most like to have sex with.
Right.
Do you think that she would have sex with a 13-year-old me at that point in time in her career?
I don't think so.
How old was she?
Well, she was probably 20-ish.
Okay. Yeah, so that would have been a little
inappropriate.
You know
what, I remember her being around the same age as me, and the story was like she's best friends with a girl from Maryville, Indiana, and sometimes they go out in Maryville, Indiana, and so I was like, I need to start going out in Maryville, Indiana, so I can meet her and pretend like I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Like all this stupid, all the things that people think.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't think that. So she probably wouldn't have had sex with me. It would have been
probably not you. Probably more me than you. Now the role may have shifted.
I was gonna say it'd be morally ambiguous if she did.
Right.
I don't know about ambiguous.
Yes. I don't know where the ambiguity comes from.
Biggest disappointment in movies of 1998.
I'm gonna take a lot of flack from our cultured part of the crowd here. I did not like and continue to not like the movie Rushmore.
Wow.
Yeah,
I watched it.
I was told it was like the funniest movie ever.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it and being like, I'm not laughing at anything that's happening. Yeah. Jason Schwartzman is a weird guy. I respect his work, but not all of it appeals to me.
Yeah.
And that's one where I expected something very different from what I got, and as such was disappointed.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's one of those movies that I feel like a lot of, I don't know. Okay, biggest disappointment for me, Dead Man on Campus.
Wow.
For some reason, as a 13 to 14-year-old young man, watching the trailers, it made it seem like, I don't know, for some reason I thought it was like the funniest movie that would ever come out.
Right.
Like, you know, I was super excited to see This Is the End,
Yeah.
Jackass movies. That's how I felt about this.
Wow.
And I don't know why. I just thought the trailers were funny. I thought the idea was funny. I don't know.
I will say this. At UMass Dartmouth, that policy does not hold true. You do not get a 4.0 if your roommate passes away.
I was going to say.
Is Mark Paul Gosselaar in that movie?
Which one is that?
He was Zach on Saved by the Bell?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in it, and so was this guy. His name was Chip in the movie. And he was in like a couple other things. I thought he was really funny in that movie. But he was basically, that was one of my problems with it, is that he was in like 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
But he was in the trailer a lot. But that was the biggest disappointment to me.
Got it.
Okay, No Cigar. This category is a movie that you liked, but you didn't like the ending.
I did not have one, but I'm looking through all the movies I
Ready?
mentioned.
Ready for mine?
Yes.
Patch Adams. It's funny, right?
I have no idea how it ends.
You don't know how it ends?
Nope.
Do you know about the movie?
No, Patch Adams.
Can I spoil it?
Please.
Oh my god. So basically, this is what I remember because I watched it a long time ago.
Robin Williams is a doctor who believes in making people laugh.
Yeah, he believes in making people laugh, and he has a girlfriend or like a love interest or something, or fiance, and she works in a mental institution, and this is what I remember. I think this is true. Maybe we should check the credibility, but she works in a mental institution, and Patch Adams is like, oh, these mental people are just like, I just want to make them laugh, and so he goes and he makes them laugh, and like they like him, and then like one night, one of the mental institution people like gets out of the mental institution and goes to his girlfriend's house with an axe and just like chops her up and kills her.
Wow.
I know. That's that. I really think. Let's pause the podcast and check the credibility of this.
Okay.
You know what? You look it up and you read it. We'll see if it's
Absolutely.
close. All right, so we're gonna pause the podcast.
We are unpaused.
Okay, we just unpause the podcast.
I found the synopsis for Patch Adams. Chuck gave the beginning. Here's the rest. All right. Karen and Patch's friendship soon turns to romance. When she tells him that her whole life men had been sexually attracted to her, Patch comforts her and reassures her that she can overcome her pain to help others.
Wait, why is that a pain? Why does that pain her?
I guess it's
bad that
maybe they only see her as like a physical sex object, whatever.
Sure.
Encouraged, Karen wants to help a disturbed patient, Lawrence Larry Silver. Larry murders Karen, then turns his shotgun on himself.
Oh, he uses a shotgun?
Yeah. Patch is devastated and guilt-ridden by Karen's death. He reconsiders his outlook and questions the goodness of humanity. Standing on a cliff, in this comedy starring Robin Williams, he contemplates suicide and questions God about what happened. He then sees a butterfly, which reminds him of Karen and Hope, and decides to continue his work in her honor. Then he's expelled from medical school.
What?
For running a clinic and practicing medicine without a license. He files a grievance with the state.
Wait, what does he? Why does he have a license? He's just being a clown?
He's still in medical school.
Oh, okay.
He files a grievance with the state medical board at the advice of his former med school roommate, Mitch Roman, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Patch is able to convince the board that he did his best to help the people that came to him, and as a doctor, it is his responsibility to treat the body and the spirit. The board accepts Patch's methods and decides to allow him to graduate.
Wow.
He receives a standing ovation from the packed hearing room. At graduation, Patch cannot help poking fun. After handing Adams his diploma, Dean Walcott approves of Patch's apparent conformity, after which Patch bows to the professors and the audience.
With his anus out.
Revealing a nude bottom under his gown.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty harsh.
Yeah, I guess that would have a tough ending.
Yeah, it was tough. I liked Patch Adams. I mean, I'd watch it. I'd love to watch it again. Who am I kidding? I'd love to watch any movie again that I like.
That's true.
All right, best surprise.
Biggest surprise for me was The Truman Show.
Yeah, okay.
I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it, and how much it's held up. Mm-hmm. Because I watched it again a few years ago, and I was like, this is just a really well done project.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's excellent. I agree. My biggest surprise was the movie Ringmaster about Jerry Springer, because it made me have a big crush on Jamie Presley.
Yeah, as you should have.
And and the biggest surprise was that it became probably my most jacked off to movie.
That is a surprise.
Yeah, maybe we should put a new category: most jacked off.
I'd
to
rather
movie.
not, because I've seen the movies, the titles of movies you currently watch.
Yeah. You know, the porn on my on my hard drive that's connected to my PlayStation.
Yep,
that's funny. Some of them aren't bad titles. What about There's Something About Sasha?
Good point.
That's not bad.
Yep. Nope.
Anal Schoolgirls is what you don't like.
Yeah, I don't. I don't like anal schoolgirls.
Isn't there like a worse? They say something worse about them though. They do something weird anally to them.
I don't remember.
It's like anally, like
I don't know.
Downtrodden schoolgirls.
I've never seen the film.
That'd be a weird word to use
Yes, it
there.
would be.
Anyway, Ringmaster. Yeah, I'm just so attracted to Jamie Presley from that, and I was like flipping out. My young libido was, it was spurting everywhere.
Gross.
All right. So. I actually didn't pick a Poopiest Turd.
You know what? I
Poopiest Turd is the worst movie of the year.
I guess the Poopiest Turd for me, and again, haven't watched it since then, so maybe it got better. Lost in Space.
Oh yeah,
starring Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah,
I saw it in theaters, and that was, I was making around minimum wage. I was making around $25 a week, maybe working security one night.
Yeah.
And so it was a big deal to go to the movies and to go and see that movie. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I wish I could have back. Sorry, Matt.
But also, most jacked off to movie.
Well, Lacey Chabert was in it, and she was 13 and I was 20. So
yeah,
do you think she would it have been morally ambiguous?
Yeah. Was Sigourney Weaver in it?
That's Galaxy Quest.
I'm thinking of Galaxy Quest. Yeah. Tim Allen. Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Overall, favorite movie of the year? 98.
Saving Private Ryan.
Wow.
Edging the Truman Show.
Wow. For me, A Simple Plan. I love that movie.
That's the other one that I was thinking of with Very Bad Things.
Oh, okay. No, A Simple Plan is like very serious and fucked up.
Okay.
And Very Bad Things is very funny and fucked up.
Okay.
Very different. Much more people die in Very Bad Things.
Okay.
Honorable mentions, as Brad said, Big Lebowski, Armageddon, Dirty Work, Enemy of the State, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yes.
Honorable mention, Pleasantville. Urban Legend I really enjoyed. Wrongfully Accused.
I don't know what that one is.
Leslie Nielsen.
It
was a parody of The Fugitive.
Oh, that's great.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't. I never saw it.
Really?
No.
All right. Well, we got a long night ahead of us.
Oh, I know we do.
And Slums of Beverly Hills.
I never saw it.
That movie really made me jack off at one part where this guy feels up the girl in the laundry room. It was a creepy part, but I did it.
I know you did.
All right. Well, it's good to finally come clean. A lot of these categories are affected by how often I masturbated to the movie.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I love most jacked off to movie. It's like I know you hate it for so many reasons. Like some of it's grammar.
Right. It's mostly grammar.
What would you say?
I you know what, honestly, is it movie to which I masturbated the most often, most frequently? I mean,
that sounds just as bad.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I don't know. Most jacked off to movie.
Self-pleasure, no. Maximum self-pleasure cinema, no.
Yeah, that's good. All right, on to books.
Yeah, on to books.
This will be a very short.
It's
category.
a very short category.
I don't know what I read as a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
But I do know what I read, but it's not. I can't really fit it into categories, so we'll just talk about it.
Right. There are 2 books that I have on my list.
Wow.
That's all. Yep.
Well, first in our books category, favorite book you wouldn't normally read.
I don't have categories. I just have 2 books.
Oh, okay. I have one for that category.
Awesome.
The Long Hard Road Out of Hell by Marilyn Manson.
Oh.
Awesome book. I've been recommending it to Brad for years. I have.
Okay.
I bet I could pull up an email.
I'm sure you could.
All right. And here's what I wrote down. Basically, what I read around this time was Garfield books.
Yep.
The Garfield comics. Calvin and Hobbes comics. Yep. The Simpsons episode guide came out that year.
All right.
And I really loved it. And Beavis and Butthead had some books. So what I would do is whenever my mom went to the bookstore, I would go to the comedy section and pick out books.
Yep.
Like that were like Garfield and stuff like that. So I didn't really do a lot of reading independently when I was 13.
Right.
I'm sure I read books for school.
Yep.
But none of them really affected me at that point in time. Yeah. How about you?
I mentioned Orson Scott Card earlier. He edited a compilation of short stories called Future on Ice. Mm-hmm. And I remember reading that and enjoying it. And I think the name of the book is Homebody, about kind of a possessed house.
Yeah.
Where a guy's like redoing it and he has all these problems because the house doesn't want to be remade. And I think that came out in 98. And it was good. I definitely, it's weird because I'm like, oh, did I read a lot? And I honestly don't remember reading a lot that year, and maybe the year after is because there was a short story by Stephen King that came out in '98. I'll mention it now. Might need to mention it again next year. Excuse me, called The Little Sisters of Illyria, and that was what got me into Stephen King. And I think I started reading that in '99, and then read all the Dark Tower books through the end of '99, or the ones that had been written so far, and then continued reading that into 2000, and just worked my way through his catalog. So
me and Brad were really different ages. We realized that when we started doing this, and that's good though. It gives you a lot of variation,
right?
But it is really different answers, especially in books. I really think that all I had was these cartoony based.
I'm
books.
sure I read Foxtrot books.
Calvin and Hobbes, or was it too
Calvin and Hobbes?
Was new Calvin and Hobbes still coming out at that point?
I don't know.
Far Side. I also read. Gary Larson's Far Side.
I did not. I read.
Do you like the Far Side?
Yeah, I do. But I never had the book. So for me, it was Foxtrot, Calvin and Hobbes, Bloom County / Outland, and Dilbert. And I don't know when Dilbert started.
You kind of you're like Dilbert.
I
know. What is the Dilbert deal?
He's just a nerd.
He has like a dog that gives him the business.
He has a dog called Dogbert. There's a cat named you see, it started out where it was like Dilbert's life.
He goes to work.
Right.
And his job is like a regular office. It's like The Office, but a comic.
Right. Well, except it's with IT stuff. But it started out like it was his whole life, and then people responded to the Office ones. So he made exclusively workplace-based humor.
Then how does his dog and cat get in there?
The cat works in HR.
Yeah. Okay.
And the pointy-haired boss is stupid, and
they're always trying to get out of work, right? That's the joke every week.
Not really.
Yeah, the guy with the black hair is.
Yeah, Wally is the nerdier guy.
Who's that Slimer?
who's always trying to get out of work.
Please tell me who you equate these people to in your life.
Oh man, that's so tough. I guess.
No, back then I guess.
Oh, all right. Chad is what? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
That's great.
It is worth noting.
Catbert works there.
Catbert works in HR.
Dogbert?
The dog sometimes Dilbert will be home telling a story about work to the dog, I guess. But
does the dog talk?
Yes.
Okay, and the cat
and the dog is a dick.
The the dog is giving him the business.
Oh, the dog gives him the business.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Cat's not a dick.
The cat works in HR, so
yeah, they have to have a relationship.
And cats are by default dicks.
That's true.
So I don't know when it started, but I was definitely into Dilbert. But and again, that's books like my parents would get me for my birthday.
Same thing, Garfield. Absolutely same thing. I had two gigantic silk Garfield and Odie pillows on my bed when I was in 1998.
I'm honestly surprised you don't still have them.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could have looked up pictures of their stuff of 1998. You know what I did have that my uncle got me? My uncle worked at Toys R Us at the time, and there was a monstrous. I probably said this on an older podcast, but Super Nintendo was here banner, and I'm talking maybe 6 feet long.
Wow.
When the Super Nintendo first came in stock.
Yeah.
And so I had that in my room. I had a really big room on my walls, and Nintendo Power would come with a fold-out poster every month.
Right.
And so I had Donkey Kong Country
and
Super Mario posters all around that.
Nice.
Amazing. Yeah, so funny. The Dilbert thing is funny.
I know.
Yeah, so it's hard to remember the books. I also probably think that I bought Simpsons comics in collected form,
right?
And anything that looked like something I liked, that had characters that I liked in a comedy book format. I always wanted to have a new book to look at,
right?
I don't know. I feel it's weird. I talk about myself at 13. Part of me is I think of myself as a child,
right?
But then part of me is well, I'm jacking off all the time. What the hell? But you are kind of a kid in terms of at 13, you're not gonna be man, let's see, what movie do I really appreciate now that's about dialogue and the storytelling and I'm not gonna appreciate things.
Good Night and Good Luck. I would not have liked when I was 13.
Yeah, exactly. So I think about myself and what the difference is, and back then I definitely, I basically, in terms of book wise, it was stuff I had to read for school,
right?
And funny books outside of that.
Yeah, I probably got into science fiction books probably around 14 or 15. And continued that, and so I definitely, again, last year I talked about reading the Lord of the Rings books, the Flashback, and I don't remember which year I did it. I know I did it over a winter break where I got them for Christmas, but that could have been 99, that could have been 98.
Right? No, I hear you. Same way with me.
And maybe I could throw them in as like I read them in '98, but
Right.
I would go to the science fiction section, and whichever book had like the most appealing cover,
Yeah.
I would get. And truthfully, I probably still have most of those books,
Yeah.
but I couldn't tell you which ones I read which year. Like, okay,
I did like
King
Hitchhiker's
Stanley Robinson, whatever. I could have read The Hitchhiker's Guide that year.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I think I read it around 8th grade.
I think I read it in high school.
And I really liked Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy a lot.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right. Well, that's the first part of
1998.
of 1998. So the second part's going to include TV, music, and our personal lives.
Yes.
The best of. That'll be up next week. That'll be a part 2 to this podcast.
Yes.
If you have any memories of 1998,
Specifically, in this case, of movies.
or do you have a feeling
Books,
about were you a
games.
child or an adult when you were 13? 8th grade to me is children.
Yeah, and I think 9th grade is kind of where the it's not a switch being flipped, but it's a dimmer switch, and it's slowly starting to either get brighter or dimmer, I guess, depending on
I look at the
how cynical you are about adulthood.
Yes. I look at the pictures of me when I was in 8th grade, and I'm like, man, like, it's just weird. I don't know. I'm like, I wanted to have sex at that point in time because I definitely did.
I was scared of it.
Yeah, but you wanted it.
I was pretty scared.
All right, well.
If it had been offered, I probably would have cried. Not much has changed.
Come
for
on,
me.
what would Dogbird have said? Dog Brad.
Well, that's I talked about how I want to name a cat Catley or a dog Dogley.
Yeah, it's so
Like
similar.
Catley Stevenson and Dogley Stevenson.
Yeah, very good.
So thank you so much for listening. If you have ideas about 1998, write to us, chuckandbrad@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
If you are disapproving of Chuck's grammar when it comes to that movie category he wants to add,
I want to add it to the book category. And, you know what? The Beavis and Butthead books would have like stupid stuff,
right?
Like something with like boobs and butts, and I would jack off to that stuff too.
Yeah,
I was a maniac.
I understand.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's all right.
Hair trigger.
chuckandbrad@gmail.com. Just send us an email. We'd be happy to look over it and tease you about your choices.
Oh yeah, public.
Thank you all for listening. Deuces.
When I first saw you, I saw love. And the first time you touched me, I felt love. And after all this time, you're still the one I love. Yeah. Looks like we made it.
Hello and welcome to Agreeing to Disagree, the Chuck and Brad podcast.
I am Chuck.
I am Brad.
So we're in part 2 of the Flashback, Brammies and Chammies. And if you're just tuning in, basically the deal is on the podcast, every year at the end of the year, we go through our favorite stuff of the past year.
Right.
So in January 2013, we released our Brammies and Chammies episode, the best of 2012.
Right.
Movies, books, video games, music, television, everything. And we decided last year that it would be fun to halfway through every year do a flashback edition of 15 years beforehand when I was a young boy and Brad was a blossoming, beautiful young man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I've seen the pictures.
Means a lot.
It means it. I'm sincere. So we're doing flashback best of 1998 when I was a 13-year-old and Brad was a 20-year-old.
Yes.
And before we get into the actual categories, I just got to do this real quick. Senior Discount has 2 shows coming up. I'm very excited for. One's July 16th. It's a Tuesday in Providence at Simon's 677. It's going to be Senior Discount with Icarus the Owl, as well as a special secret co-headliner that I'm really excited for. That's a national act. And you know what? Tickle my ear with a question, and you might get an answer. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
If you want to ask me who it is,
If you want to,
I'll split it out.
if you want to tickle his ear with like the tip of your tongue as well.
You're going to get a quicker answer.
Yes, very like premature answer. Some would say.
Oh, only some, Brad. No. The other bands on the show are Animal Empire, In Division, From the Makers of, and the Ya Beautifuls. Tickets are $10 pre-sale, $12 day of. We do have to sell a few tickets, so please get at me, and I'll sell you some. SeniorDiscountBooking@gmail.com is the email address to talk to me about it. Twitter.com/SeniorDiscount, Facebook.com/SeniorDiscount. Any way you can get in touch with me, I will be alerted by my smartphone, my intelligent mobile device.
You know what? Stop by his house in the still of the night.
It's in Warren.
He's probably awake.
I do. I have a bat next to my bed.
Right.
And literally, if you tried to get in, there would be 3 locks between you and where I sleep.
But if you can get in and wake and you want to buy tickets, wake him up gently.
Yes, very gently, please.
He tends to hallucinate, and it'll take him a while to figure out what's going on.
That's true. Not even a stretch. Not even a stretch of the truth. I do hallucinate.
So climb into bed with him.
Yes, please.
Like put the tip of your tongue in his ear a little bit.
Scratch my head.
Yeah.
I might even call it, to be cute, I might say you're going to scritch my head.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what? I refer to scritching as like rubbing someone's back with the points of my fingers, the tips of my fingers, and not my fingernails.
That's interesting.
I
hear you. I know what you mean. I say scratch my head, and I say book my duke when I want someone to rub my back.
Wow.
Yeah, it started with
rub my book.
Rub my back, rub my book, and then I guess rube my book, and then maybe book my duke.
Yes, book my duke seems like it would be for a different part of the body.
Yeah,
with a different action.
All
right, so tickets. That's the important thing.
So buy tickets from us, $10,
and then book his duke,
and then book my duke a little bit. It's gonna be really fun. Like I said, I'll tell you who the secret co-headliner is, but we're gonna be playing new songs. It's kind of our thing right now. We're trying to play new stuff, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're also playing August 9th in Boston at Copperfield with Sunshine Riot. It's right near Fenway. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really good time. All right. Best of 1998 with Chuck and Brad. We're starting with television.
Television. Part 1 was games, movies, and books.
Yes.
Part 2 is going to be TV, music, and some other stuff, some personal stuff like that.
Yeah.
These are the categories we use for the end of the year Brammies and Chammies. So
yes.
If we don't have one, we'll skip it and continue.
Book my duke, Brad. Just get to it.
I'll scritch your book.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that feels great. Favorite half-hour show?
Seinfeld.
That was last season of Seinfeld, so
yes.
I understand.
Yeah. It was a big deal. Like people were talking about it. It was huge.
Yeah. You know what? I'd say. Boy, that's tough. You know what? No, just to be different. Yeah. Just to give us some variety. I'm gonna say The Simpsons.
Yeah, I was going to say my runners-up are The Simpsons, Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, and Drew Carey Show.
Yep. I have the Drew Carey Show written down, and I have Two Guys with a question mark because I don't know how much I watched it in that year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like when they still had the Pizza Place.
Yes. Also, I love Teen Angel, and that was canceled quickly, but I love that show.
Great.
Thought it was super funny. Favorite hour-long show? I didn't really have a great... Well, you know what? How about this? Actually, you go ahead.
Yes, I will. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I figured something like that.
Oh, absolutely. I was in college.
Yes, sir.
And, I made it known in no uncertain terms that I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer. In fact, I probably got into it at the start of '98, like with reruns.
You got the same haircut as Buffy.
I did.
For the first couple seasons.
I looked beautiful.
Yeah.
I was a blossoming young man. And I really got into it. In fact, it may have been the summer of night. I don't know.
Right.
But everybody knew that I liked it. And so if they saw a picture of Buffy like in a magazine, they would cut it out so I could put it up in my dorm room. And so I just had like my closet door was just covered in Buffys.
Yeah. And it was covered in...
No, it was just covered in Buffys the whole time.
Anyway, TV show we most jacked off to. Oh my God. Yeah, anyways. That sound that I make is an impression of Brad.
Yes.
That's how when he talks, that's the voice I hear is like, hello guys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't... It's the thing is it changed over the years.
Yeah,
it was the first hello I'm Brad, which is like pretty similar.
Principal
like,
Robot
I'm Brad, and then it get higher. And it's like hello, it's me, Brad.
Yep.
Like, it's like it's almost childhood Brad.
Yes,
which is appropriate for the Flashback 1998.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's what I sounded like when I was 20.
It does.
My voice has really deepened since then.
Hey, Brad, your hair looks really great. Oh,
thank you.
Yeah,
I call it the Buffy. So yeah,
Buff Brad.
I would tell my residents, because I was an RA, I would tell my residents not to bother me when Buffy was on, and like would write on my dry erase board like watching Buffy, go away.
Yeah.
I did that for several years, so
I believe it.
That and looking through the shows that I wrote down, that was one of 2 hour-long shows I watched that year. So
well, tell me the other one, or is it part of this category?
No, I'll tell you. Dawson's Creek premiered in 1998.
Okay, and you watched it?
And I watched it but I watched it with my friend Janine, on whom I had a major crush.
So you thought you were Dawson and she was Pacey.
Yes, I did.
Is it right?
No, it's not.
What is it, Lacey?
Joey. Katie Holmes was Joey.
Okay, she did have a boy's name.
Yes,
so
she
Pacey
did.
was a man.
Pacey was Joshua Jackson.
Now, what's the deal with there? What is Dawson's relationship to Peso?
They were, I think, I don't know about reluctant friends.
They both wanted to fuck Joey, is what happened.
Everybody wanted, like, it was Katie Holmes.
Yeah,
How could you not? We'll get to her more later when we talk to most jacked off to celebrity. No, it's but yeah, that one I remember Janine had office hours, and I would go down and sit in the office with her and watch Dawson's Creek.
Was that the relationship though? They both wanted to bang Pacey.
No, they both wanted to bang Joey.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think they were
sorry.
They were a little competitive over her, and I think that Joshua Jackson's character.
Didn't they both bang her? I know she lost her virginity to Joshua Jackson, right?
Yeah, at some point they both dated her. I don't know how much banging there was, but
finger banging.
Let's presume
sweater pups.
Yeah, it's these kids on TV. They like to make sex look fun.
Yes.
So they probably both did. But I just remember watching it and being like, that girl is beautiful.
Yeah.
But not as beautiful as you, Janine.
Really?
Yeah. She didn't go for it.
Huh?
I thought Janine was beautiful. I still think she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But Katie Holmes, if she would return my calls, no. I've never called her.
You'll get with Pacey someday, Brad. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure I will too. Me and Pacey.
All right, runners up for favorite hour long show. I'm just gonna runners up. I'm just gonna say this. I don't think I actually watched it this time, but that is the year that True Life debuted.
Oh, interesting.
A long time ago, 15 years.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I put for my hour long show. It's breaking the rules, but I don't care. I put Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
Because it's obviously an hour and a half long.
Right.
But it is like a longer form show.
Right.
And I realized in looking up all the facts about this that this was my cast. Here was the cast in '98: Will Ferrell,
Okay.
Chris Kattan,
Yep.
Norm Macdonald,
Yep.
Colin Quinn,
Yep.
Tim Meadows, Sherry O'Terry, Tracy Morgan, Jimmy Fallon, Horatio Sands, and Chris Parnell.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot of like awesome people, and that definitely was my cast. How
Right.
everyone kind of grows up, and
Yep.
there's that time. The Jim Carrey hosted episode was like legendary. And that was my cast. So definitely at that point in time, I loved it.
Nice.
Also, I just put a couple of moments because the Wikipedia page had a couple of moments.
Right.
And I was like, man, awesome. I'd love to watch this. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Here's some moments from that season of SNL. Judge Judy appeared as herself in a sketch in which she's being mocked by Sherry O'Terry as Judge Judy.
Right.
Awesome. Brad Pitt appeared in a cold opening where David Spade visits his therapist about his overwhelming fame. Awesome.
That's funny.
Former cast member Chris Rock cameos in a Mango sketch as an admirer of new dancer Kiwi, who's played by David Spade.
That's funny.
Awesome! I'm like, oh my god, I'd love to watch these.
Yeah.
Former cast member, John Goodman had a cameo appearance during Alec Baldwin's monologue in the Bill Brasky sketch featuring John Goodman, Will Ferrell, and Alec Baldwin. I love the Bill Brasky stuff. Ready for this? I'm surprised that this exists. Former cast member Chevy Chase appeared in quotable Caddyshack sketch to reenact his scene with Bill Murray.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
No.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
And to think of them together doing that in like the late 90s?
Yeah.
So if it was one of those things where I don't know how the DVD release works for SNL,
Right.
But if there was a DVD release for like starting with Will Ferrell and all that stuff like that, like those people that I really grew up with, because I kind of got there at the end of Farley and Spade and everything.
Right.
I would love to watch those. Like, just watch the actual seasons. I'd watch them totally.
Yep.
But they are on Hulu, right?
I don't know how thorough the Hulu collection is.
They take out a sketch or two, and they take out the music performances, which
Right.
I'm like, I don't like that. Netflix?
Possibly.
Yeah, I'll look it up. But I was like, oh man, like realizing what was on that season of SNL. I was like, that's awesome. Those people are awesome. All right, favorite actress?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Here's one of her toenails. Oh my god.
There was a website called
my toenail. What is your justification? Buff Brad, the vampire.
I told you that I used to carry a stake around when I worked security, right?
No, you didn't. Did you really?
This started in '97. I may have talked about it last year, and it wasn't like a sharpened stake.
Yeah.
It was probably like a 3/4 inch wide piece of wood,
Yeah.
like cut down in a vague triangular shape. and I took a red Sharpie and I colored the tip to make it look like it had blood on it.
Oh my god!
And I'd keep it in the pocket of my security jacket because like Mark Dazowitz was our ARA, and when he worked security, he'd have his keys on a long lanyard and he'd swing them around in this little pattern, and that was kind of his thing. And I'm like, well, now I need a thing when I'm doing security as well.
Yeah.
So mine was carrying a wooden stake that wouldn't have.
Very bizarre.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I don't have a favorite actress from that year on TV.
Okay.
Sorry.
You didn't like Mimi from the Drew Carey Show?
She's all right.
She's very funny.
She's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like Kate from the Drew Carey Show. I always had a big crush on her. Let's put her. I had a huge crush on her.
Yeah, Krista Miller.
Huge crush. Yeah, crazy. I forgot about that until just now. I don't know why. She's such a weird looking person.
Yeah,
she's a weird looking person. She's in Scrubs. She's more of like a woman and she's hot.
Yeah.
But in Drew Carey Show, she's like a pal.
Right.
Like she's like a tomboy.
Yeah, she's not dressed to be alluring.
I also wanted to fuck Al from Step by Step, like no one's business.
Right. I thought
especially not Frank's.
Yes. That's great.
Come on, Frank, you're sick.
I'll say there was I mentioned Katie Holmes earlier. There was also a show, a half-hour sitcom on I think the WB or UPN, I'm not sure which, called Unhappily Ever After.
Yeah, I remember the name.
Yeah, and it was basically like Married with Children, only not. And the dad from the show, and I wish I could remember the actor's name, went on to play the president on 24 a couple seasons later, and I was like, but you're the dad from Unhappily Ever After. You're like, you're kind of a slob. The younger brother from Unhappily Ever After is I think his name is Kevin Connolly. He was on Entourage, and the hot sister was Nikki Cox.
Yeah, she's hot.
Oh man. I was super attracted.
I love her. She's redhead. I love redhead.
I'll say I was super attracted to her then. Then she was on the show Las Vegas.
And Norm Show.
Oh yeah, she was on the Norm Show.
Yeah, she's one of the main cast members.
Yeah, she was on. When she was on Las Vegas, it looked like she had lost too much weight.
Really?
And it like there were definitely like she looked healthy on Unhappily Ever After and less so on Las Vegas.
That's weird.
I have no idea what she's up to these days. She will not return my calls.
Right. She probably listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
Get at us.
Nikki, send us an email, chuckandbrad@gmail.com. You know, you don't have to talk to me. If you want to send us an email and just address it to Chuck, that's fine.
He won't look at it.
No, it's fine. I won't. Just
give me back my toenail.
Never. Nick Brad.
Brad, I thought you were going to read this. Oh, shit.
That's great.
Never. Favorite actor? I got nothing. I don't know because it's hard. I mean, what am I going to say? Will Ferrell, maybe?
Yeah, I guess mine was probably... anyone from the Friends cast, anyone from the Seinfeld cast.
Oh yeah, no, Friends didn't start yet.
Yeah, it did.
2000. Oh, you're right. 1996, 8.
Yeah,
6.
We're talking about 98, but yeah.
1992 is when Friends started.
Yeah, no, it was definitely on the air.
Wow. Okay, I don't know if I.
You want to change your favorite actress?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. I will always have a crush on Jennifer Aniston until she's 98. Dude, in that new trailer, Meet the Millers, when she strips, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Anyway, Friends. I don't think I watched it when I was in middle school, 1997. I don't think I watched it yet.
You know, I think I loved Drew Carey around
too.
this time.
Me too. I read Dirty Jokes and Beer.
Yep.
And I got in trouble for it. My mom found it and she was really mad.
I also read it, did not get in trouble for it, but also don't think my mom saw it.
Yeah.
20-year-old Brad is subject to the same levels of scrutiny as 13-year-old Chuck.
Nothing, man. Nothing, mother. Trying to make it sound like more nerdy.
Yes, but he seemed like a good guy, and I think and I still kind of root for his success.
Absolutely.
So that was maybe you know what I'll just say it. Drew Carey, favorite actor.
Good. Favorite reality show. I mean, I guess True Life. I didn't watch it back then.
Yeah, I didn't really watch anything.
Favorite sports moment. I have a tie.
Oh, good.
Mankind getting thrown off the cell.
Yes,
of course. Famous match, Hell in the Cell, 1998.
Yep.
The Undertaker and Mick Foley as Mankind fought, and Mick Foley took probably the two biggest falls that ever happened in the history of the World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
In the same match.
Right.
Like the two of the most devastating, at least. I'd say that one off the cell through the table is probably the biggest one ever.
Yeah.
And then the other one.
It's certainly the most famous.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the biggest one. Think about in terms of like
brutality. You think about like Shane.
Jeff Hardy.
Shane has taken some big ones. Jeff Hardy's taken some big ones.
See, it's weird when Shane falls off. Like he fell off the SummerSlam set, like 50 feet into like an air pad,
right?
Which is very different.
But he also got belly to belly suplexed through plate glass, and it didn't break. I think
fell on his head 3 times.
Yeah,
it was amazing. But that tied with same year, WWF adds the hardcore title as
Oh.
one of their titles, specifically for Mick Foley.
Right, and it was like an
broken
old belt, taped up.
And then he lost it to maybe, I don't know, Shamrock or someone weird.
Yeah.
And he never went for it again because he got such a title push that he was always a main eventer after that.
Yeah, did he win the title for the first time in 98?
Oh,
Was it in December of 98?
Wow, maybe.
All right, while I talk about my favorite sports moment, could you look that up?
Yes.
Thank you. My favorite sports moment, being a Chicago boy,
Yes.
1998 was the
Boy, this
was
is
the
funny.
year that the Bulls won their 6th NBA championship. In Game 6 against the Utah Jazz, with less than 10 seconds to go, the Bulls, I believe, were down by 1. It's possible they were tied. And Michael Jordan drove, maybe pushed off of the Jazz defender, and sank a jump shot. And that gave them the lead, and then I think the Bulls had a defensive stop, maybe even a block at the other end. But we all kind of knew that was the end for Jordan in Chicago.
Why?
Because he was just getting older, and he had already retired for a year and a half to play baseball, and his contract was up. All these different things, and I remember just being so enraptured and so caught up in the moment that was my favorite sports moment of the year. And then wrestling wise, the Hell in the Cell that I heard about after it happened, which as we're recording this, it's like 15 years and 2 or 3 days ago. Just crazy to think about, because I knew Mankind as like this weird character who like talked to himself and had to play different music to rock him to sleep after a match or whatever. And this was right around when I really started getting into wrestling in 98. And so kind of like with Mankind's rise and with Stone Cold's rise, in that time, I'm trying to stall as Chuck continues to look this up. I thought he won it in December of 98.
Keep going, talk.
Oh, okay, continue to talk.
December 29th, 1998, Mankind finally defeated The Rock to win WWE World Championship title. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
December 29th, you're right. That's interesting.
And I remember, like, that was the year I got into wrestling websites. OnlineOnslaught.com was the one that I read every day. Like, I would check multiple times a day to see if there were updates.
That's interesting. I don't know when if I had a computer in 1998.
Yeah, I had to use the office computer in Williams Hall. And, boy, it's weird. I'm trying to think if it was 98 or 99. I think in 99 I was too into it.
Yeah.
Where I was like sad if Stone Cold lost. Like it literally, despite the fact that it's scripted.
Yeah. That's funny.
So I definitely I got on board the Mick Foley train where, the idea of seeing someone's dream come true like that. And, I was a solid WWF fanboy where I was like, WCW stinks.
Yeah.
And so
was I.
That they, WCW was like, oh, Mick Foley's going to win the title? Mick Foley? Really? And Nitro came on an hour earlier than Raw.
WCW show was called Nitro.
Yep,
It started at 8 p.m. and then WF's competing show, Monday Night Raw, came on at 9 p.m. and was pre-taped. So sometimes, the information you could get out there earlier. So WCW, during a live broadcast of their show, they basically told the title match on Raw that night, the main match. They told the outcome of it so that people wouldn't switch to channels to watch over, because at that point in time, ratings were it was a different beast. Like, you had so much fewer choices that, like, these wrestling shows would get huge ratings, and they were fighting for these ratings. There was a big ratings war between WF and WCW.
Right.
And WCW did it as like a tactic to fuck over WWE. And one of the people, I guess it was someone that Mick Foley was like personally friends with.
It was Tony Schiavone was the announcer.
Yeah, and he said something like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we want to announce, like, on the main event tonight on Raw, Mankind wins the world title. Yeah, Mick Foley's going to put asses in those seats."
Right.
And it was like a sarcastic, shitty thing to do.
Right.
In terms of a personal dig, as well as like a don't change the channel, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
And everyone changed the channel to watch it happen.
Yep.
And they started bringing signs that said, to WF events that said, "Mick Foley put my ass in this seat."
Right.
Amazing.
Yep.
Awesome. That's such an awesome thing. I know. I love that. It's an awesome story.
Yeah, I get goosebumps like thinking about seeing Mick Foley. So I feel like DX had him on the shoulders.
Brought him up.
And just thinking about that image gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So that was up there, and the Jordan thing. So
it's funny. I'm not a big sports guy.
Right.
I loved Michael Jordan when I was younger, like an early teen. I had a huge poster of him.
Yep.
When he dunked from like the free throw line or
Right.
something like that. And
Yep.
there's a picture of him from the side. It was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. He was like a superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to me, I don't watch a lot of sports, but he was like, the excitement and the idea of like this guy of like being so good.
Yeah.
It just was like unparalleled, maybe till Tiger Woods.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd say, typically you root for the underdog, but I feel like Jordan was so popular.
And he was such a nice guy.
Well, the thing is, like, he had a nice guy image, and it's come out since then he's not a nice guy.
Really?
He's so competitive about everything that he's kind of a dick.
See, it's weird. Even his face, it says like, "Hey guys, let's just have some fun."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he was in Space Jam and all that stuff. But,
yeah. That's what I mean. Space
Yeah,
Jam.
I'm like, like LeBron James now is probably the best basketball player in the NBA, and like, I don't like LeBron, and I'm like, did people feel this? People from other cities feel that way about Jordan?
Why don't you like LeBron?
I don't know. Like, I don't have a real reason for it.
Was he ever a dick?
No, not really. Huh. Like when he changed teams.
Because me and you were excited when he was coming up.
Yeah. When he changed teams from the Cavaliers to the Heat, he had like this big press conference on ESPN.
Yeah, so everyone thought that was really like full of himself.
And to like, I thought it was really mean to like, he grew up in or around Akron, Ohio, and to do that to his home when they're like, he's going to announce it live. I'm like, well, obviously he's going to stay in Cleveland because no one would be that heartless to announce their decision and stab their hometown in the back. And he did. And so I think then I was a little bummed by it. And everyone was like, "Oh, Jordan wouldn't have gone to play with his competitor, his biggest competitors, like Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Jordan would have wanted to beat them." And so I guess kind of that rhetoric got drilled in my head.
Interesting.
Of like, he's not Jordan.
Jordan's Spider-Man.
Okay.
And LeBron James is someone like, let's see, I guess like Deadpool or someone that like is like wherever the money is, baby.
Yeah. Merc with a mouth.
Spider-Man, yeah. Spider-Man's very loyal, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say to you, Brad.
But Jordan...
Similar outfits?
Yes. Jordan also retired and then, like, played for the Wizards, but he didn't dominate when he played for the Wizards, so everyone kind of, like, tries to forget about those years.
Yeah, I know.
So, and, there's a conspiracy theory that his year-and-a-half retirement was a suspension for gambling that they just didn't tell anyone about.
Really?
It's a theory.
Usually that stuff is pretty public, though.
Yeah.
Right?
But if you think about what it would have done to the NBA brand,
you think so?
Yeah. It's
interesting.
It's a weird theory.
It is a weird theory.
And the fact that it's been 18 years, 19 years since that happened, and we haven't received definitive proof makes me think that it's just a theory.
Yeah.
But it is like.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's intriguing. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. You said you liked Michael Jordan. You were kind of a kid. I wonder if like people who are around my age who grew up in this area are like, no, I hate Michael Jordan. He always beat the Celtics. Or if people in Detroit are like, I hate Michael Jordan. He always beat the Pistons.
Who was? Was there a Celtics Bulls rivalry at that point in time?
Not really. It was Charles Barkley was kind of an antagonist of his when he played for Phoenix. Then when Jordan was off,
who was in the Celtics in 1998?
I don't know. Antoine Walker.
I was going to say, Antoine Walker was a little bit later, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I'd say like 99, 2000.
So 96 through 98 was the Sonics and the Jazz. So like, do people in Utah hate Michael Jordan because he beat them? And
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, like or I remember Orlando was a big deal because Nick Anderson stole the ball from Michael Jordan, or Jordan missed a shot or something. My sister hated Michael Jordan. She thought he shot too much.
Interesting.
I'm like, he's the best player in the world. He can shoot as much as he wants.
Yeah,
she's like, he's a ball hog. He needs to pass to B.J. Armstrong. Because that was her favorite player. So
that's funny.
All right, sorry. Least favorite moment of the year?
Got to be Seinfeld ending, because I remember like people like basically it almost became a big deal because people were making it a big deal. Mm-hmm. Then when I watched it, do you remember what they aired? They aired the Seinfeld finale and then the like retrospective thing right beforehand.
Yep.
That ended with "Good Riddance" from Green Day.
Yep. And
it was that big thing, and I was like, wait a minute, because like that, the Seinfeld was always the no moral, no message comedy where they didn't have like a big hugging thing at the end, and it was never ever emotional, ever.
Yep.
And so for the first time for Seinfeld, they had this big retrospective of building the show together, and that
Right.
honestly is probably one of my first moments of realizing what it is to be like part of a creative group,
Right.
and like build something that's like, this is the thing and this is how we execute it. But no matter what that thing is, whether it's a horror movie, a TV show with no, like I said, no moral, no message, any of that stuff,
Right.
You have these people that have lives that are working on something and believing in something, and they care about each other. And so it was a really weird like realization for me to see that with all that emotional stuff. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
What a weird thing to experience as a 13-year-old.
I remember that was the night I drove home from college, or was brought home. I don't know if I had a car in '98. I don't know. Junior year? So that was the end of sophomore year. I did not have a car, so we got home like in time to watch half the retrospective, and then the finale. And I remember not understanding the last line, that it was also the first line of the series. And
The button thing?
Yeah. The button really, I feel like we've had this conversation before. Like I didn't,
Yeah.
I suspected that's what it was,
Yeah.
but I didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mention that night, and frequent podcast writer-inner, classy Chad Kafka.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mention that night and Chad Kafka and not give any details. He knows what he did.
Really?
Yes, he does.
You know what? From now on,
I'll
classless Chad Kafka.
Wow.
yeah.
I'll be happy to tell you off the air, but
Right.
I don't need to air Chad's gross laundry.
Classless.
Yeah.
CCF.
Yep.
Well, I guess that'd be the-
CCK.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
right.
Christian Children's
Kafka,
Fund.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my bad.
It's all right. It's all right.
Down with CCF. No, but yeah. No. But
They changed their name to Child Fund anyway.
it's interesting because like I think about what I said about realizing they're a creative group. You didn't have in 1998 a lot of access to behind the scenes stuff,
Right.
In terms of movies or TV shows. Like now, it's like
Yeah.
me and Brad wait for a Blu-ray to come out. We're like, oh, I really hope they do a good behind the scenes documentary.
Right. Like DVDs weren't out,
Exactly.
so
They were just starting to come out.
Yeah.
There was a very small amount. They weren't
Right.
widespread whatsoever. You're dealing with VHS tapes.
Yeah, the idea of like a behind the scenes feature, like, if you rent a VHS, it's not going to have that on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I'm sorry, if you buy a VHS, it's not gonna
Very
be on there.
rarely do they have it.
Yeah.
I think they did one in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you never really saw that. I mean,
Right.
you basically, I think that stuff was basically delegated to like NBC special behind the scenes look at Jurassic Park
Right.
on like the week before it comes out at 8 p.m. or something like
Right.
that, because they would do stuff like that. But besides that, I don't think you really dealt with it. And I even think that a lot of that was more based in like, look at these technological advances,
Right.
or this new way we're filming this, or it had to do with like those big blockbuster movies.
But it wasn't. Yeah.
But it wasn't like, this is what Bruce Willis and Kevin Smith rewrote the final third of Die Hard 4 in his trailer. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
You know what? I remember one of the late night shows before the Seinfeld finale, and probably Leno or somebody asking, I think it was Jason Alexander, it could have been Jerry Seinfeld, about like the Rolling Stone cover where it was the four of them in
As
bed.
the Beatles? Oh,
the four of them in bed. And they talked about when they were going to film it, Michael Richards was like, enough of this. Like, I'm going all nude. And
Really?
and Jason Alexander was like, I'll go all nude too. And Jerry looks at at Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and he's like, you always said you wanted to be one of us, or like one of the guys or something.
Yeah.
And just left it at that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
yeah. And again, I have no idea how true it was. I wasn't the photographer that day. I mean, I was supposed to be, but I
Exactly.
I
Get
got
sick. Yeah, I remember that. Seafood allergy.
Ugh.
But
I regret it to this day. Why did I go to Captain Hook's seafood all you can eat buffet?
What's weird is that he was just diagnosed with a seafood allergy. I think you did it to challenge the doctor.
Yeah. Oh, you think you're gonna? I'm allergic to seafood.
I'll have to see his food. Oh my god,
That's
that
not
was
even
terrible.
I don't. How would you even spell that?
Yeah, but no, so I think that's interesting as one of those things that kind of affected me that way, and it makes sense if you think about it in terms of what was available, what was normal for digesting media.
Right.
That was my least favorite moment of the year, TV.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yours?
I'm sure anything that happened in wrestling that made Stone Cold sad.
The Montreal Screwjob happened in 1998.
No, that was 97.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, was it? Yeah, because Mankind was going to be. You thought in Survivor Series '98, Mankind was going to become the champion, and he gave it to The Rock, who is becoming popular as a people's champion, and The Rock started calling himself the corporate champion.
That's right. Yeah.
So maybe that, because I think that was a pay-per-view I actually watched.
Yeah, that was. There's actually a documentary called Wrestling with Shadows about that Montreal Screwjob from Bret Hart's point of view that he made.
Yep.
That I own, that we've never watched. I don't know why.
Okay.
We have to add to the list.
Yes. We're gonna have a late night.
Yes. All right. Favorite trashy reality show is what we normally do. Show. We don't have an answer for this. Basically, these are the categories from the normal best of the new year, and a lot of the categories, or some of them, don't really apply when you put them back 15 years. Most disappointing show. I have a very interesting answer.
Good, because I don't have an answer.
Celebrity Deathmatch. Oh. Here's why I say this.
Okay.
I loved Celebrity Deathmatch. They used to air it in between during the Super Bowl halftime show. Is that right?
Yeah, they among other times, it was a regular show as well.
Well, that's how it started.
It started as shorts, right?
But that were aired, I think, on the Super Bowl, and then eventually became a TV show.
Right.
For some reason, and I cannot figure out why. Maybe you can help me. I loved it. I thought it was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, it's because you were 13.
Yeah, exactly. I guess so. And you know what? Since the show started then, it probably started well, did they do it for a couple Super Bowls? They must have.
It's possible.
So I must have saw it a couple years before that. At least. I'd say at least a year before that is when I really loved it. And then the TV show came out, and I taped every episode, and I am I'm fucking bewildered. That's what I'm gonna say.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's strong.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea why I liked it. I don't think it's funny. I think it's just needless clay violence. Everything about it seems weird.
You know what? I enjoyed Judge Mills Lane being part of it.
Yeah, and I don't even remember watching him as a judge.
He wasn't he wasn't famous as a judge. He was famous as a boxing referee for years and years and years and years and years. Because he was a real judge. Okay, right. But
it was just his moniker.
He became famous from being having that raspy voice, being a boxing referee, and he was so good at being a referee that he became famous, and and he had just been around for so long. Yeah. So
I don't know why, but I loved it, and it's the more I loved it, then the more I'm why did you like this to me? At least Garfield is I don't know, whatever. Let's move on from this. It's gonna be pissed off. All right, next category is music.
Music.
Before we start, a fact.
Good.
October 8th, 1998, the Recording Industry Association of America files in court against Diamond Multimedia in an attempt to block the release of the brand new Rio PMP 300, arguing that the MP3 digital audio player is a music piracy device. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The RIAA application is denied on October 26th, clearing the way for the PMP 300 to become the first commercially successful MP3 player.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Now, notes from my personal life in regards to MP3s. Ben Fry was a guy who lived across the hall from me. Yeah. And I remember him telling me about fitting 160 songs on a CD because they were MP3s. And I just I remember that conversation about putting so much. Yeah. I'm who would ever need 160 songs?
Yeah.
And now, 10,000 songs later.
Yeah, exactly.
Here I am. The idea of eventually I got a Discman that also played MP3 discs.
Yes.
But 1998 for me, just note-wise, that was, I believe, the first year I had a mix CD made where I got to pick the songs, and they were from different CDs, and Carl Ayton burned them onto a different CD for me, but it took forever.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing? And that became a big deal.
Yeah.
I have this custom made CD. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And also that was the first, I may have mentioned it in 97, but that was the year I really got into pop punk.
Yeah.
Yep. Blink 182, No Use for a Name, and Lagwagon.
Yeah. Offspring. No?
Yeah, I kind of been into the Offspring early. Yeah. Okay. But I bought Smash, but nothing else. But the Fat Wreck bands that I hadn't, that weren't super mainstream. That was the year I really listened to Survival of the Fattest and Physical Fatness, 2 compilations from Fat Wreck Chords, and just really, really, really got into that style of music.
Yeah.
So those are just personal notes about the year 1998 in music.
Good call. All right, so starting off, favorite new artist in 1998.
Eve 6.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I loved the song Inside Out.
Of course you did.
You
didn't.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of songs I called radio stations to request. That was one of them.
That's interesting.
I remember going to record stores, and because I didn't know when the CD was coming out, and I didn't know the band's name. I'm like, it's either Eve 6 or Eve's X. I don't really know. They're like, we don't see anything on our computer for that, sir. I'm like, okay. And I would just keep going back and trying to find the CD. In fact, I learned the band name. I heard the song on the radio, and I called the radio station and said, what is this band's name?
Yeah.
Now,
of course they announced it, but go ahead.
no, well, they didn't. They
Oh, really?
or,
Okay.
or they were going to announce it at the end of the song or whatever. But like, everyone's like, oh, like you're so old. But it's like everyone did that 15 years ago. There was no YouTube.
Yeah.
There was no like lyric thing online that I could be like, I would swallow your pride and hit enter and then have it come up in Google.
Yeah.
Google wasn't around. So, like as I was telling that story, I'm like, I feel so old. But like,
yeah. That's funny.
You were also alive at that time.
I was.
So,
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Eve 6, favorite new artist.
So I don't know what I said as my favorite new artist last year.
Okay.
And if I said the same person, it's not really relevant to say the same thing this year. But I feel like my favorite new artist, 1998, Puff Daddy.
Oh, okay.
Even though More Money, More Problems had come out in 1997,
right.
1998 brought All About the Benjamin, Victory, Come With Me, Mace's Feel So Good that was featuring Puff Daddy.
Right.
So I hope I didn't say Puff Daddy last year. I don't know what I said. But this year, this is when I really got into like being like, man, Bad Boy is going to be forever. Because like Puff Daddy was just everywhere, Little Kim and Mace. Oh, I loved everything. There's so many songs from like probably like 6, maybe like 4 or 5, I guess, CDs where the just singles were just like unstoppable.
Right.
It was amazing. I loved it. But I loved Puff Daddy back then. I wanted to buy a silk basketball jersey that he and Mace wore in some of the videos, and my mom found one for me. It was like $150. So I was like, yeah, I'd forget about it.
Wow.
I know. It was expensive.
Isn't your birthday coming up?
Oh, yeah. Brad. Anyways, I'm not going to go. But favorite concert, next category.
I did not go to any concerts in 1998.
I did not go to any either because I was 13. Best moment / surprise. This one's kind of a cop-out, but it still is interesting. Dude Ranch goes gold in January 1998.
Yes, it did.
Which is a really like I can't remember when I got Dude Ranch. I probably talked about it last year on the podcast because we talk about on the Flashback podcast the stuff that came out in that year.
Right.
But I might not have actually got into Blink-182 until 98, and their popularity is what really like a bunch of people were talking about them.
Right.
And the idea that record went gold is like a huge sign of things to come for me in terms of the music that I liked and the popular, the stuff that was popular, the stuff that I liked, and the concerts that I went to. Favorite comedy song in 1998. Wait, no, what was your favorite movement? Sorry.
I didn't have one.
Yeah,
I couldn't really think of one.
Yeah, favorite comedy song.
There
was no Weird Al release in 1998. By the way.
No.
Lonely Island We're Babies.
All right, favorite comedy song. I'm gonna say Stand Up is different. Because there's an artist I liked who combined stand up and singing. So I'll save all that for later. Favorite comedy song other than that was the I don't know what the name of it. If it's Somebody Kill Me from Adam Sandler from the Wedding Singer soundtrack.
Oh yeah, all right, that fits. Yeah, that's good. Good call.
Put a bullet
yeah, you know what?
in my
When did What the Hell Happened to Me?
I don't know. I thought it was before that.
Yeah, I think it was before that too.
Yeah,
1996.
early 90s because I remember high school people.
Yeah,
doing
you're right. You're right though. That's good. Oddest music I enjoyed. What do you got?
I don't have anything. Although looking back, a lot of this music seems odd, but at the time it was all mainstream. So
yes, oddest music I enjoyed. I think 1998 is where I truly accepted the fact that I just love pop music.
Yeah. You know what? I'll say "Ray of Light" by Madonna.
Yep,
it was the first Madonna song that I really loved.
Me too.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a combination of "Baby One More Time."
Okay.
Backstreet Boys with "As Long as You Love Me," Backstreet Back, and "Quit Playing Games in My Heart."
Nice.
And Madonna's "Ray of Light."
Yep.
Also, little story. I went to the mall.
Okay.
To buy the Blackstreet single "No Diggity."
Oh yeah.
Did No Diggity come out this year?
I don't know, but I enjoy that song.
Around that time. They didn't have the CD.
No.
So what did I buy?
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
That's great.
Isn't that weird?
That's
I just
terrible.
kind of did it because I'm like, do like this song. Because when you're 13 or something, it's more like, Mom, will you buy me a CD?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yes. So if you go there and you're like, the CD
Oh,
I
your
want,
mom said yes.
and if the CD's not there, you're gonna be like, okay, I guess we'll just go home and get a CD another time. You're like, okay, well, a different CD. You know what I mean?
I remember Brent, my older brother, we were at a tape store in a mall in like Wisconsin for some reason. I have to remember the particulars for this trip. Yeah. I think there was an outlet mall, and my mom wanted to shop, and we miniature golfed, and then like met her at the outlet mall, I think. And he couldn't decide if he was going to buy Van Halen's 5150 or Metallica's And Justice for All. And he went with Van Halen, but then like immediately regretted it because he liked harder music. Yeah. I think 51. I liked 5150. So but he also wouldn't let me listen to his tapes.
Yeah, I remember.
That's the kind of person my brother is.
And he would put him in a certain place in the song.
He did that once.
And if you played it
with the Winger tape.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He had gone to basketball camp, and like as soon as he was out of the car, the tape was in my Walkman. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close.
All right, stand up. Favorite stand up in 1998. I have the same answer. Jerry Seinfeld. I'm telling you for the last time.
Okay. Rodney Carrington, who is he had a TV show in the 2000s. Called Rodney. Kind of a rednecky guy. Definitely a country guy, I guess. And talk like one of the stories he tells in his stand up CD is about going to buy a sex toy for his wife, and he's like, I got pulled over on the way home. Like. Cop said, "What do you got in the bag there?" I said, "I don't know. I stole this truck." And like the idea of being and then he would sing, and he had a song called "Dear Penis." He had a song called, actually, it started like "Dear Penis, I don't think you like me anymore. You used to watch me shave. Now all you do is stare at the floor." Okay,
that's weird.
Yeah, it was a weird song.
I don't even get like what the deal is. His dick used to just have a boner all the time.
Yeah, I guess
that's a weird song.
Morning Wood. I don't know. Yeah. He had another song called "Little Things," and it was like little things like that piss me off. And it was like a meter. It was something like a normal one, and then the joke one was like. I go to a bar and I pick up a woman. She said her name was Venus. I reach down between her legs. Oh, it's those little things. Skips the joke. And then the last one was like, last night I went out drinking in my old daddy's Lincoln. I hit a tree and I killed a friend. I started to scream and holler because he owed me $20, and I knew I'd never see it again. It's those little things. Oh, he hit a tree and he killed a friend.
Weird.
Yeah, and I have a recorded version of him doing it on like Bob and Tom in the morning. Yeah. And it's like, people are going to come up here and be mad. If I had some mace, I could get up there, I'd squirt it. I'll sing it again. I hit a tree and I killed a friend. 2 friends, a couple orphans, and a nun. How do you like that? And I really liked that. Like, it was the first musical comedian that I really got into.
Yeah.
And I listened to it many, many times with my good friend Anthony in college. We would just sit in his room and listen to the same comedy CD over and over again.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That is good. All right, so next. Favorite song. What was your favorite song of 1998?
Flagpole Sitta by Harvey Danger.
Really?
Yes.
You did some serious thinking and you decided.
I did. I basically went through like the big singles and typed out everything I liked, and that immediately jumped out to me as my favorite song.
Yeah, I hear you. My favorite song was Green Day's Good Riddance, because it was, not only was it such a big, huge, monstrous song, but I was really opened up the idea of that this punk band that I love that did all these fast, crazy, fast songs, had this like beautiful cello and acoustic guitar song that so many people related to. And also it was on Seinfeld Finale.
Yep.
And also it was the song of my eighth grade
dance,
which didn't happen technically until 1999,
right?
But still, 1988 is when this came out. So Good Riddance, song of the year. Favorite song to get me psyched up. What do you got?
Flagpole Sitta.
Wow, mine is similar. Nice Guys Finish Last. I thought that song was awesome.
By Green Day. It was on the Varsity Blues soundtrack.
It was on that CD, Insomniac too.
Yeah.
It was on both of those. Yes,
I remember the video.
The video didn't come out until after Varsity Blues.
There we are.
Yes, you're right.
Flagpole Sitta still gets me psyched up.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
But Yeah, but yeah, that's. I'm not going to apologize for that.
No, you don't. All right, so I think we should skip down to favorite CD of the year, right? Do you have anything for favorite music I should have discovered long ago?
Not really favorite. I'd like to go through some singles that I
at the
like.
end of mine, I'm going to say honorable mention 1998, the year of singles, and I'm going to go through, and then you
okay,
can add
all
if you
right,
want.
that's fine. Can I do some albums leading up to?
Yeah.
Now it's tough because we talk about like having the years in between. So I may not have listened to this album in 1998,
right?
But it's my favorite album that came out in 1998.
Yes.
So I'll work my way up.
Yep.
Well, not up, but again, some of this is alphabetical. I apologize. Wait, no, it's not. It's not alphabetical.
Okay.
It was reverse chronological order, I guess, because
Okay.
because Wikipedia had it listed. Whatever.
Yeah. I hear you.
Motley Crue's greatest hits.
Okay.
Chef Aid, the South Park album.
Yes. Wow. Was that 98?
Yes, it was.
I didn't realize that.
Less Than Jake's Hello Rock View, which I started listening to like 2
Why
years
were none
ago.
of these on my thing? I guess I was looking at mainstream charts.
Sheryl Crow, The Globe Sessions.
Uh-huh.
She's got 1 or 2 songs in there that I really like. An album that I like probably more than most of America, Hole's Celebrity Skin album.
Yes.
Did we do Local H had an album called Pack Up the Cats. They have one song in there that I love, and the rest is just kind of there.
Okay.
Lauryn Hill's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yes. Everything is Everything is one of my favorite songs ever.
Kid Rock, Devil Without a Cause came out in 98, but
Did it?
it'll probably make an appearance on the 1999
Wow,
Brammies. Yep.
How is that possible that happened?
Liz Phair, White Chocolate Space Egg, particularly the song Polyester Bride. Sean Mullen had an album called Soul's Core, and I would turn it on, and it's very like laid back music. I would turn it on, and I had Christmas lights in my dorm room that would slowly change color, and I called it chill mode, and I'd play that CD and just kind of stare up at these lights. Now, I know what you're thinking. Obviously, I did that when ladies were in the room.
Yeah.
I don't know that a lady was ever in that room.
Yeah.
Like, even to, like, borrow $1 or something. Like, never.
Yeah. You went to school with very poor people.
Yes, Williams 333. Unloved. Eve 6.
Yeah, of course.
The Dixie Chicks, Wide Open Spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Pearl Jam, Live on Two Legs, came out in November of 98. And my favorite album that came out in 1998 was Yield by Pearl Jam.
Wow, okay.
Yep.
Favorite album that came out in 1998, Americana by Offspring.
Oh.
That's an amazing... That's my favorite Offspring album.
Yes, it is.
And it really... Like, that was one of the times where I'm like, Jesus, what the... Like, I thought it was so awesome.
Yeah.
What was on that as a single? Americana was a single, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was that Get a Job?
I was trying to think of Pretty Fly for White Guys on that.
Yeah.
It probably is.
Yeah, I don't remember which one was on that and which one was on Splinter because I did not have Americana until a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think Pretty Fly for a White Guy is what attracted me to it, but the whole CD is so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the best punk rock CDs, and it's weird because Offspring, it seems like all these like punk bands like Blink and like Green Day, and then like, you know, like Rancid and NoFX, and then like the ska bands like
Right.
Fish and Less Than Jake and Goldfinger. They all seem like they're part of the big ska punk scene that's been around for years and years and years. They all seem to have these like stories of like dealing with each other and knowing each other coming up.
Right.
But the Offspring doesn't seem part of that.
Yeah, that's true. They
I've
seem a
always
little
felt-
bit removed.
I've always felt that way, that they were like this weird band that didn't, I don't know. You never see the concert bills that you're like, oh man, that's crazy. All these punk bands and Offspring. It just seems like they're always by themselves. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's not true.
Here it is. Oh.
It's just how it comes off.
Dang
to
it.
me.
I clicked on it. I saw Welcome, Have You Ever, Staring at the Sun, Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Yeah.
The Kids Aren't All Right.
That was a huge single.
That might be my favorite Offspring song.
Yeah.
That and oh boy, it's on Rise and Fall, Rage and Grace. Now dance, fucking dance, you never.
Oh yeah. It's fucking.
No one even knew. But Feelings, She's Got Issues, Walla Walla, The End of the Line, No Breaks, Why Don't You Get a Job, which I heard today while
Is it
driving.
Hammerhead?
No, it's the other one.
Yeah.
Americana and Pay the Man.
Yeah.
So Pretty Fly for a White Guy was the huge single off of that album.
Yes.
The Kids Aren't All Right was pretty big, and then Why Don't You Get a Job just seems like such a weird song for a punk band because it's like it's if it's not the same melody, it's very close to the Beatles, Obla-Di, Obla-Da.
It's the exact same song.
Okay.
To the point where the chord progressions like change to other chord progressions that are also the same.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I have no idea why they decided to release it.
Yeah.
And I like that song.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that personally I'd be like, why are we doing this? But yeah, so favorite CD of the year for me was Americana by Offspring. Runner up, the Godzilla soundtrack. Puff Daddy released Come With Me on it.
Wow.
Wallflowers released Heroes on it.
Oh, okay, that was good. Yeah, the David Bowie cover.
Foo Fighters, There Goes My Hero is on there.
Yep, that song is just called My Hero.
My Hero.
Yep.
So that album is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I love that soundtrack. Okay, so here's what we wanted to say. When I was looking up music for this, I couldn't believe how many singles came out in 1998. Here's the year of singles, 1998.
Mine are alphabetical.
Okay, mine aren't. Eve 6, Inside Out.
Woo!
Brandy and Monica, The Boy Is Mine. Did you listen to that song?
I'm familiar with the song. I believe that was the number one song of the year, possibly, where it was number one for 13 weeks.
It's definitely not that good.
A full quarter of the year.
Yeah, it's definitely not very good. Bare Naked Ladies, 1 week. That's a huge single.
Yes, it is.
Madonna, Ray of Light. Beastie Boys, Intergalactic, and Body Movin' came out.
Wow, okay. I didn't know Intergalactic also came out.
Yep. The Backstreet Boys songs I mentioned. Prodigy with Smack My Bitch Up.
Okay.
Eagle Eye Cherry, Save Tonight.
Yep.
It's a great song. Will Smith, Getting Jiggy With It, and Just the Two of Us.
Yep.
Natalie Imbruglia's Torn.
Yep.
Brian Setzer Orchestra, Jump, Drive, and Whale. Smash Mouth with Walking on the Sun.
Wow.
Yep. And Can't Get Enough of You, Baby, which is okay.
Yeah.
Cherry Poppin' Daddies with Zoot Suit Riot. Was that the revival of
Swing? Yeah.
That was that year?
Yep.
I guess so. Which is a good song. I like that song.
Yeah.
NSYNC with I Want You Back, which is an awesome song.
Mm-hmm.
Semisonic with Closing Time.
Yes.
Closing Time is a monster. Busta Rhymes with Dangerous. Garbage with I Think I'm Paranoid and When I Grow Up.
Yep.
Which are awesome. Rammstein, as Brad would say.
I would.
Du Hast. Harvey Danger with Flagpole Sid, as Brad said. Spice Girls with Spice Up Your Life.
Okay.
Monster Magnet with Space Lord.
Yeah.
Yep. Alanis Morissette with Thank You.
Yep.
Marilyn Manson with The Dope Show. Jewel with Foolish Games and You Were Meant for Me. Verve with Bittersweet Symphony. Praz with ODB and Maya. Ghetto Superstar.
Yep.
I really like that song. Third Eye Blind with Semi Charmed Life. Master P with Make 'Em Say Chumbawamba with Tub Thumping.
Wow.
That's a huge one too.
Yeah.
Marcy Playground with Sex and Candy.
Yep.
Celine Dion with My Heart Will Go On.
Yep.
And songs I've added to How I Feel About the Podcast playlist. Aerosmith's I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Casey and JoJo's All My Life. Leanne Rimes' How Do I Live. And Shania Twain's You're Still the One.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
In addition,
Yes.
Matchbox 20 had...
And I didn't put in Blink-182 or Green Day or
Right.
any of the bands I mentioned.
Right.
Because Offspring had big ones.
Yep.
Green Day did too.
These are ones that haven't been mentioned by band, album, or song. 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20.
Yep, that's a big one.
We talked about that. Limp Bizkit with Faith.
Oh, did Faith come out in 1998?
That's what Wikipedia told me.
Wow, oh my God. That was...
Korn.
Faith, that's up there. My list is shattered.
Korn's Got the Life.
Oh my God, I
My
love
favorite
Got the
Korn
Life too.
song.
That was a good song.
The Goo Goo Dolls, Iris. Yep.
I'm pretty good at that.
Yes, you are. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Third Eye Blind also had Jumper.
Yeah, I didn't really know Jumper.
Sean Mullins' Lullaby. I had to mention it again because it's such a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm.
Foo Fighters had My Hero. Rockefeller Skank
Wow.
by Fatboy Slim.
Oh my God. Jesus, you're gonna send me your list because I'm gonna make I always make a playlist.
Yeah.
And afterwards, and I gotta add those in.
This Kiss by Faith Hill.
Wow.
Truly, Madly, Deeply.
What song is that? I saw that.
Cherry Cola.
No, that's not the name.
Isn't
of the song.
wait?
It's a different single from the same band.
Yeah. Then I have no idea what it is.
Me neither do I. I think what is that song name? The Chica Cherry Cola.
I don't know. I really don't.
I think it's just I Want You.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want you.
I don't know if I need you, but
I can actually do. I know. I can actually do both the melody parts for the.
I obviously can't do either of them.
I love it. No, it was good.
All right. The Way by Fastball.
Anytime I need you to do this, I can't remember the words, but
The Way by Fastball, which I remember a girl we went to school with named Jana. She's like, "This is the best song that will ever be written." I was like, "I like it, but I don't think that highly." Metallica released their covers album, and the singles "Turn the Page," which I love the Metallica version.
Okay,
I love it.
Never heard them.
And "Whiskey in the Jar." Which I think I mentioned to you the other day when we were watching the hockey game and they were playing it in the stadium, and I'm like, I love that song.
Yeah.
So those were songs that jumped out to me when I was looking at songs from 1998.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, it really, really, really was. I just want to mention you mentioned Eagle Eye Cherry's Save Tonight.
Yeah.
Classless Chad Kafka
yeah.
had to make a music video for one of his radio TV classes, and he chose that song.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it good?
You know what? The video was very literal.
yeah.
Where it was,
That's really funny.
like a guy, Chad got like a real life couple, and like the guy gave her a rose, and they like slow danced, and shot very well from what I remember from seeing it once 15 years ago.
Yep.
But maybe if we're lucky, Classless Chad Kafka will upload that to
YouTube.
or to Google Drive and share it with us.
Yeah, hopefully.
chuckandbrad@gmail.com.
He is classless, though, so you never
Oh,
know.
so classless.
Yeah.
Such a lack of class.
Yeah, right. Okay, final two categories that are kind of matched together.
Yeah.
The other category. Now, this is just kind of news related.
Yeah, like what's going on in the world.
So, other category, 1998. Favorite news story. Yours?
Michael Jordan wins his 6th NBA championship.
Mine. Blowjobs in the White House.
I phrase it as Clinton sex scandal, but
Blowjobs in the White House. So dumb.
yes, it was. And that, like, literally, that news broke in like January of '98, and it continued like through November.
Oh my God, yeah, it was crazy. SNL that year, totally.
Oh yeah, they killed it.
Also, I always thought it was weird that everyone loved him for that. Do you think it just humanized him that he wanted a blowjob?
Yeah.
Like I don't think people were like, it's cool he wanted to cheat. I think it's like this guy fucking loves blowjobs.
I remember
he's got my vote.
I don't know if I was disgusted or if people around me were disgusted.
Vote for blowjobs.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was very good. Everyone's like, you know what he did with a cigar? And I'm like,
I don't even know that part of the story. I'm always
he allegedly like
fingered her with a guitar.
Yeah.
Really?
Not guitar, cigar.
Oh.
Yes. Big difference.
I'm just kidding.
Big
He really like fucked her with a cigar.
That's what I remember hearing, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's so disgusting."
It's
But
not that disgusting
I
at
guess
all.
in the world in which we have access to all the pornography that's ever been invented, like a cigar inside a woman seems tame.
Yeah, I've.
I know what you've seen.
No. I was gonna say done, but
Let's stick with scene.
I guess I did see it too. But anyway, I think that's weird. I mean, I don't know. That's a weird part to come out. Why was that such a why was that not private? Why was it made a big deal? In terms of like how did it come out?
I think she
Linda Tripp.
Yeah, like Monica told her buddy Linda Tripp, and Linda Tripp told somebody, and they're like, "We're going to use this against Clinton." So they questioned him and like
He lied.
Under oath, and he lied, and then they impeached him for lying under oath.
Yeah,
But like none of it got resolved until like 10 months later.
and he's still with Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
And also, I don't know. I feel like everyone loves Clinton.
Yes.
Isn't that just the deal?
Yes.
It's weird, right?
Right. Well, the economy did really well when he was president.
Yeah. So in terms of his job, he did really well.
It seems that way. Yes. I think he also submitted the first balanced budget in years and years and years.
Yeah.
When
It's
he
so
was
interesting.
president. I think also in '98.
Yeah, I feel kind of stupid, but I was 13, so it's not like
I was 20 and should have been paying more attention and wasn't.
Yeah.
Um,
Blowjobs in the White House.
Yep.
Stinky cigars.
Yep. All cigars
Still
are stinky
smoked it.
when you think it. Just other stuff from the news that year.
Speaking of poor Clinton.
Oh, good. Impressions?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Hillary.
That
was terrible.
Was the critic on TV? The TV show?
I don't know.
Probably was.
No, you know what? No, I didn't see it. I looked at like the schedule for 97, 98, and
Okay.
98,
Maybe it's a
99.
little bit
I didn't
afterwards?
see it. I don't know where it would have fallen.
Okay, I'm
It was
gonna look it
before or
up.
after.
I love the critic. Just put it there.
Good.
Yep.
Other stories. Matthew Shepard was killed.
Yep.
Which led to, I think, like this huge outcry, and I don't want to say it started the gay rights movement, but it definitely brought like the
Light
idea
to it.
of, what is the term? Like hate crimes, kind of brought that
Yeah.
to
Delight.
light.
Yeah.
And hadn't been before. Titanic came out and
Yeah.
was huge and
Yeah.
was the number one grossing movie in the world.
And I think it'll always be unfair that MPAA said a nipple in Titanic is okay because it's a historical story because it was a fictional historical story.
Yeah.
And if that counts as a historical story, so does Superbad.
Yep. Seinfeld ending was huge, and millions and millions and millions of people watched.
72.
Yep. And Viagra was approved, leading people like my dad to make jokes about it just all the time.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got a stiff neck because I swallowed? Oh, wait, no, I told it wrong. Hang on. Did I ever tell you about the time I swallowed? No, hang on. Did I tell the guy who swallowed? That's my dad telling a joke.
Bill Clinton's cigars are stinky.
Yes. Classic dad.
Why am I coughing right now? That's funny. Classic dad is funny.
Yeah.
Because like, what else could you fall that would fall into that category? That
Yep.
would, yeah. Least favorite personality? I guess the Unabomber. I don't know.
Yeah, he got sentenced that year.
Yeah, he's great.
But you know what? How is he your least favorite? You wrote him a letter.
I did write. I know. I love that guy. He's got a special place in my heart.
Good guy.
I can't say bad.
I'm not worried about favorite or least favorite sports stories because we kind of already covered those.
Yeah. Me neither.
On to personal.
Final category in the Brammy Chammy Flashy Backies.
Wow, that's really good.
Thank you. Really good. Final category is personal things that happened to us. Me as a 13-year-old boy, and Brad as a 20-year-old young
Boy.
man. Yes. Biggest surprise. It's dual-headed. Double-sided.
Okay.
First time in my life at 13, I was depressed about not being able to attract women.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting, right? And also, another interesting surprise, I played Spin the Bottle like 3 or 4 times with like girls in my class that year at parties and at my house and stuff like that. And I always refused to kiss them when it landed on them. Isn't that weird? What a fucking homo.
Well, it's... I wish you wouldn't have said that so I could have told my story about being 21, almost 22. This would have been in 2000. They do a tradition at Bradley called the Senior Walk, where all the graduating seniors, you're on campus for an extra couple of days after everyone moves out, start at one end of Peoria, drink at a bar, and go to different, like 12 or 13 different bars, and you're supposed to have a drink at each bar, and it goes for most of the day, blah, blah, blah. And you keep track of the number of drinks you have on one arm and the number of kisses you get on the other arm. You write it on your T-shirt. And I remember a girl named Melissa who like went in for a kiss on the lips. I'm like, whoa! If you're gonna kiss me on the lips, I want you to mean it. Not a day goes by that I
I was gonna
look
say.
in the mirror and curse myself. That was also the night a girl named Shelly like drunkenly kissed my bottom lip. So when people are like, "How many girls have you kissed?" and I end with like, "and a half." They're like, what? I'm like, she drunkenly hit my bottom lip. I'm going to count it.
Yeah.
But only for a half.
That's how strippers kiss.
Good to know.
I'm still depressed. Oh, my God.
Chuck, why are you taking that bottle out?
This is the, I guess, agreeing to agree Bradcast. Food/thing I should have tried long ago. That would be a normal category.
I have one.
You have one?
I have one that I didn't try until 1990.
I don't remember what I tried when I started.
Now, you may remember, in 1997, I tried a cheeseburger because
you were going crazy. Because you were just nuts that day.
Because the basketball team scored over 80 points, and so anyone with a ticket stub got a free cheeseburger. And I didn't have the heart to ask for a hamburger.
That sentence is illogical at best. It's like insanity.
Yes,
that's what it actually is. I didn't have the heart to ask for a hamburger. I didn't have a heart to ask for basically 10% less of what they were offering me.
They were so busy making cheeseburgers for the thousands of people that flocked there.
Can you not put a piece of cheese on one? That's what you could have said.
Yes, I could have. Macaroni and cheese.
Wow.
Cafeteria macaroni and cheese.
How was it?
It was okay.
Yeah.
As most macaroni and cheese is.
I really do like Kraft macaroni and cheese, and I like Velveeta. And I don't like homemade macaroni and cheese. I feel like it's always super heavy and creamy, but not very cheesy.
Wait, now do you put in the right amount of butter, or do you put in...
I don't put anything in. Okay. Oh, and wait, macaroni and cheese
and homemade,
Kraft?
Kraft dinners.
Oh, I've never made homemade.
Oh, all right.
All
right. You've done like a Kraft dinner.
Like Kraft macaroni and cheese is,
is not homemade. All right. Yeah, I didn't realize you were counting it differently.
Yeah. Kraft and Velveeta is prepackaged, pre-made.
Right. Okay.
Homemade is like my mom like baking it and putting in cheese. And I think it tastes okay, and it's very creamy and, like I said, very heavy, but it never tastes that cheesy to me.
Okay. Even Crazy Queso's mac and queso?
A little bit.
Okay.
That one was much cheesier than most of them.
Right.
But I still... It's almost like there's a give and take with me about, like, all right, this is super heavy, but it's really good, so I'm going to eat it.
Right.
And so if it's not super cheesy, I'm just like... I've had macaroni and cheese out at like Jerry Remy's
Right.
or different places or like Alfredo, stuff like
Right.
that. That's very cheesy. And then most of the time, like I'd say like 95% of the time, homemade mac and cheese is not cheesy enough.
Interesting.
That specific one is pretty cheesy though.
Yes. But yeah, mac and cheese. That was the first time I tried it.
Wow.
Yep.
That's Brad.
Yes, it sure is.
Blessing in Disguise, 1998.
I'd like to come back to this if I could.
Okay. For me, it was... I don't even know if you know, but basically... and I wish I announced this at the beginning of the podcast, but I didn't. In 1990... Hey, wait a minute.
98.
That's when I graduated, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Graduated 8th grade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I'm right. I just want to make sure. Basically, so at the beginning of 1998, I was a 13-year-old boy going to 8th grade at a private Catholic school called St. Philomena's in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. And I had a bunch of friends there that I saw kind of rarely because we all lived in crazy places and we were 13, so no one drove. And the only person I really hung out with a ton was Bowman, my friend. A few of us, we all went to different high schools, applied to different high schools and got in. And one of the nicer, better high schools that I got into was LaSalle Academy,
right?
In Providence, Rhode Island. I lived in Bristol, Rhode Island, and what I realized when I started going to school in September of 1998 was that I had to catch the bus at 5:30 in the morning, and I would get home from school at 5:30 p.m.
Right?
Because so few people went to LaSalle or the other schools, the other
right.
private schools from my area. That we'd pick up random kids one at a time,
right,
and bring them to Fatima, like LaSalle. I don't even know the other ones we brought them to, and it just took a really long time. And it was I hated it. Like,
yeah.
Think about the idea of like, so you're probably waking up at 4:30 in the morning, 5 days a week as a 13-year-old. Like that's it's gonna make your life bad.
Yes.
So I hated it a lot. Like you'd have to go to bed at 8:30.
Yeah, that's like. When you're that age, your body craves sleep because that's when you grow.
Yeah, and it's also like you're getting home at 5:30
right.
to go to bed at 8:30. It's like it doesn't even make
right.
any sense for people to be able to do this.
Right.
In my head, think about the people that played sports.
Yep.
Maybe people just like had to have their parents bring them in cases like that. That's probably the case. Anyway, I hated it, and so I started not going to school and asking my parents if I could stay home. Blessing in disguise, started going to Mount Hope.
Right.
In my hometown, Bristol, and that's where I met. And that's where the first time I got to spend a lot of time with Christian as like a friend,
right?
Because obviously we always hung out as like kids, but like after when we started going to school, we had these separate lives.
Right.
Lou, Jordan, everybody that I became friends with for back between the ages of 13 to 17, 18 were because I went to Mount Hope. So at the time it was like my parents were like, I can't believe you're gonna not go to LaSalle, which is really expensive, really good school, to go to Mount Hope. But whatever, I did. And I made a lot of really, really close friends from that. And I think the fact that I went to school in my hometown, my school was in walking distance from my house at the time, that really changes your friendships and allows you to have much closer friendships
yes.
than if you can't drive and you go to school far away.
Right.
It changes your life in terms of friendships. So that's my blessing in disguise.
Great. You know what? I was going to save it. I'll talk about it now. Blessing in disguise. At the end of my sophomore year, I applied for a job on campus, student aid, and basically they work the orientation and they lead the groups and they talk to the students and blah blah blah. And I thought I'd be really good at it. And I did well in it was like a 2 or 3 interview thing, and I did well in one interview, and then we did a group interview, and it was legitimately terrible. Where I didn't speak up enough, and when I did, I think I made an odd joke that nobody laughed at, and I remember it being bad.
Yeah. So guys, what's up with this macaroni and cheese?
You guys ever try it? It's crazy, huh?
I tried. No big deal.
Yeah. And I didn't get the job, and it broke my heart.
Yeah.
Tears were definitely involved.
Yeah.
And so that summer, I ended up working with my dad. He was an electrician, and so we worked out at this industrial corn processing plant that smelled bad and had a bacteria pond, and literally it was stinky, like a cigar, and it and while it was okay, well I learned all right, this is what my dad goes through to feed and clothe us and all that stuff, but because I was home, that's also when I started taking improv classes at Improv Olympic in Chicago, and discovered like, hey, I really enjoy this. And so I guess, as far as blessings in disguise go, not getting that student aid job was one. But, and of course there's still a part of me that curses myself every day for not kissing
all the
Shelley
kisses
more
you've
thoroughly.
refused.
Yes. It, I still wonder what would have happened if I had gotten that job and so on and so forth. But, I can't complain about what I've learned about comedy through improv. So.
Right. I was wondering why your college yearbook has Brad the Kiss Refuser Roar as your as class president.
Yes. It was a close election. Do you know how many kisses I had to refuse to win that election?
It's a lot of letters for that sash.
Yes. Yes, it was.
All right.
They renamed the president position.
Yeah. Least pleasing development was when I started at LaSalle. As I already told the story. I hated it.
I gained so much weight that summer, and to this day, I don't know if it was muscle or fat.
Or the bacteria pond.
Right. Because, all the tumors I got from the bacteria pond.
Brad, get out of there.
All right. My dad and other coworkers, we'd stop at a bakery every morning, and we'd get 2 donuts. I'd get to work and have a can of soda and a donut. Then at the coffee...
Wait, like 3 donuts?
No. We'd eat the donuts there. So I'd have a can of soda and a donut.
Yep.
Then at coffee break, I'd have a can of soda and a donut.
Okay.
Then for lunch, can of soda, maybe leftovers or a sandwich or something.
Regular lunch.
And a can of soda. And then...
So you'd have like 3 cans of soda by like 2 o'clock?
By like 12:30.
Okay.
Because we started at 7.
And a can of soda is like 180 calories?
Yeah, something like that. But I was also doing a lot more lifting, a lot more like carrying. And I'm like, all right, so obviously it was muscle. But I also did a lot of jobs where it was like, all right, roll out this spool of wire and measure out 180 feet. Not like mount it and pull until you get to 180 feet. Like go to the grassy area over there, roll it out.
Yeah, there wasn't actually any like physical labor.
Sometimes, and like your fire watch. So you stand here and hold a hose and spray the ground under where they're welding. Yeah. For 3 hours. I'm like, I'm getting a college education. Like I can do more than this. As I'm like accidentally hosing the foreman. Oh, I did. I backed the work truck like into a dumpster and broke off the rearview mirror. And I like on my last day, I ran over like another company's supplies because I was going from a light outside to like a dark warehouse, and I just ran it over. Just didn't see it at all. Yeah. So I felt bad about those things.
Brad infected the bacteria pond.
Yes, it's clean now. It's just a pond.
Hey guys. I don't know. That was your most pleasing development. Least pleasing because you gained weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most pleasing development.
Starting improv.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Here's mine. I think I've told you this story, but if not, be ready to be unhappy.
Oh, I hope so.
So, I went to LaSalle for a month about.
Yep.
And in that month, one of the things that I did was I took a chemistry class, and I sat behind a girl who, like, in my head, like, obviously, I'm sure she's blown out of proportion beautiful at this point, but she was gorgeous to me. I was 14 and she was 15 or 16, and because she was a sophomore and I was a freshman, and she was like beautiful to me.
Right.
And she had red hair, which I'm so attracted to, and I don't really know any. I've never even like, I don't know a lot of girls with red hair, and super attracted to her. Her name was Alicia, Alicia.
Okay.
And I thought she was super hot. And in the school, everyone wore a uniform.
Okay.
So she wore a white button-down shirt,
right,
with a sexy skirt,
right,
plaid.
Yeah, that's how the Catholics designed them.
And they weren't just skirts though. Like under them, it had actual like legs inside, so that it wasn't just panties or whatever.
Right.
And they would pass papers back all the time, right?
Right.
Okay. Whenever someone went to pass her a paper back, she would get up and lean over the front of her desk.
Oh dear.
And she would not wear panties, and I would see her vagina.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like the hottest thing that ever happened to me, which you'd expect to be,
when you were 13.
Boy. Yeah. So I was like I was that probably like I don't know. That started me on this path that I'm on.
Oh, you have Alicia to blame.
Yeah, and I was like in love with her. Like I thought she was beautiful. Like in like as a person, just saying I thought she was beautiful. Then imagine that happening.
Right.
And I'm always sitting behind her because we're alphabetical.
Right.
So it's like, okay, today am I gonna see it? Am I gonna see it? It's so hot. Oh my god. I was like, that was one of the things that was like, should I stay at LaSalle?
Wow.
And deal with 5:30 to 5:30. Isn't that crazy?
Yes, it is.
She kind of like teased me a little bit and flirted with me. Maybe she knew I was attracted to her.
Right.
And also, I mean, like that was my most pleasing development was my first vagina sighting on this beautiful woman. And also came up with at that point in time, this is a little bit weird now that I think about it out loud. I told you a little bit about this, but basically I came up with the concept of me being the lead singer of a band.
Wow.
That it was me, Bowman,
Mm-hmm.
my best friend, and this girl, Alicia.
Wow.
Ready?
Okay.
Band was ABC. That's the name of the band.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Alicia Bowman Chuck.
Yep. And I told you this. We had access to a time machine, and every time a song came out, we would go back in time and steal the song and record it and release it before the band did.
Yep.
And I made huge, like, I wrote down huge like, plans of, like, what our albums would be and what songs would be on it. Obviously, just stolen songs from other bands. Tons of stuff like that. At one point, okay, it's embarrassing a little bit, but it's funny.
It's all right.
So, yeah, I think we've gone past this before. Way past this. At one point, my plan was that, this is in the idea of the band, this fictional band story. I was going to fake my own death. And then, like, basically, I think the idea was that at the MTV Movie Awards, Bowman and Alicia, the survivors of ABC, we're going to play a song like To Me or something.
Right.
And I was going to come back at that MTV Movie Awards and, like, thrill the world. In reality, like, hatred, right? Like, that's what I would receive for faking my own death for real to, like, debut a new song.
Yes.
By the way, what song was it? Tupac's Changes.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I wish I could if I can find that. That is a fucking, oh my God. What a crazy idea though. And it was just, my, like, obviously, like, I have a super, like, I'm thinking of ideas and stories.
Right.
Well, and it was just part of that, especially time traveling and all that shit.
Yes.
That girl Alicia though, I wish there was a way to look her up.
Other than Facebook, I don't Google.
Well, I don't know her last name.
Oh, okay.
And I like my version of her in my head is basically like a human version of like Bambi's face with red hair on it. I know it's weird.
That is weird.
Just because of her eyes, hot. Anyway, I don't know. But seeing that,
you don't know anyone else who went to LaSalle that you could be like, hey pal, LaSalle pal.
Bowman went to LaSalle, but like, it was a grade above us. Like, I don't know who. There was no one I know in her class.
Okay.
It'd be really difficult to try to figure this girl out. Her name was Alicia. Maybe I'll do some. I don't know.
Why not?
Yeah.
Throw it out there on Facebook.
Hey, I've seen your vagina.
Yeah.
No. When you were 15. No, it's terrible. Yeah, exactly. No. I was 14.
Oh.
We had a time machine. Wait a minute. But nah. So that was I loved it. I was in heaven, and I was like, I don't know. That definitely like fucked with me.
I'm so happy for you.
And there was another girl that had a skirt that didn't have the shorts under it, that wore a thong. Wow. And she was wicked hot, and she would always walk up the stairs, and a bunch of the guys would like, meander about at the bottom of the stairs, and they would all walk up the stairs and try to look at her ass. And it was so hot. I don't know what the fuck why LSL? Why did this stuff happen?
See, it's weird. Like I think when I was around that age, I don't know, like if a girl leaned up, I'd be like, wow, what a shapely behind. I don't know that I would have like noticed or checked out.
You would have though. It's just a bizarre situation that doesn't usually happen.
Right.
If someone's vagina was like splayed like in front of you as you're waiting for them to hand you something, you would notice it. Yeah, it's just so weird that it happened. Like I wouldn't, if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be like, I hope this happens. Like you would never think of it. Right. So it was just crazy that it happened. I was like, oh, like I feel like I don't even want to talk about it.
All right.
I just looked like I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
I'm so attracted to her.
I'm sorry.
I gotta make a phone call.
Hello,
right.
Alicia.
Go ahead.
The next category is best purchase / deal.
Yeah.
1998, was the summer I bought a car. I bought a used car. I bought an Oldsmobile, a 92 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme International Edition for $6,000. I believe my parents helped with $1,500 of that. Mm-hmm. And because I wanted to have a car at school for my junior year.
Nice.
And the car ran really well for about a year, and then I started having problems, and I continued to have problems with it for the next 4 years. So, but for that year, great purchase.
Best purchase / deal, 1998 Christmas. What do I get from my grandparents? 1998, a DVD player.
Wow.
Right? Think about how much that must have cost. Probably like $300. I used that DVD player as my DVD player until 2008.
Wow, that's a great deal.
That's a great deal.
Was that Nana and Papa?
Nana and Papa.
Good work.
Hooking up the DVD.
Good on them.
It says favorite live event is our next category. I don't have one.
And neither do I.
I went to Mexico.
I went to a lot of Bradley University basketball games, and I was part of the Mullen Army, which was our student cheering section, and that was the year I was one of the leaders. So I'd get there early and
so you were a
set up
cheerleader?
balloons. No, I was not.
Okay.
I did lead cheers, but I would not consider myself a cheerleader.
I know that you wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a uniform. Oh, I guess I did kind of have a uniform in that I had a T-shirt. I don't think I painted up for any of those games because I painted up for a game freshman year.
Yeah.
And didn't know they made makeup remover, so I just scrubbed my face with Irish Spring, and it just like hurt and itched and was terrible. But yeah, I was definitely like a super fan that year.
Yeah.
Where I knew all the players and good stuff. In addition, I think 98, that was the end of sophomore year. Chad and Megan were yearbook editors, and somehow I volunteered for some reason, despite my lack of yearbook experience. I volunteered to work on the yearbook, and they're like, "All right, write these articles," and they're not well written articles, either one of them. There's one on the men's basketball team, and directory, like internet directory information was different, and so to use Pine, like our terminal email program, to look up somebody's information, it was difficult to get contact information for any of the players except for one who was in my year, Ed Cage, and I was able to send him an email. So he's the only quote I used.
Oh, really?
Because he was the only guy I knew how to get in touch with.
That's funny.
And I was scared of the rest of them. So, and then I think the other one was about video games, which I was pretty easy to write.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
much easier. That was also the year that I ordered fundraising supplies, because they came with a free T-shirt, and so I ordered them to the name John Anaga, and because the Anaga was the name of the yearbook, and it still comes to, they still get mail for John Anaga from that company.
Yeah. You told me about that.
Yeah, and so I feel really good about starting that tradition.
That's funny.
What was the category? Oh,
favorite live event.
Favorite live event. So yeah, a lot of Bradley University basketball games, and I think those are kind of that's what I did.
Yeah.
I don't really remember going to anything over the summer except for a couple improv shows.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to Mexico with Bowman. That's all I can think of.
Nice.
It's weird because I don't remember a lot of it.
Right.
But I know that, and this is kind of weird. I think I've told this on the podcast before. Maybe I haven't. I don't even know if I've told you this, but when I was 15, wait. Oh, no. Wait. No, maybe when did I go to Mexico with Bowman? Maybe I went to Mexico with Bowman later. I thought I
feel like I've read a notebook, or we talked about a notebook. Or...
Yeah, me too, about me and my woman's drawings and stuff like that. I really thought we went to Mexico when I was that young, but I started talking to a girl online when I was 15. So it must have not been in 1998 that we went to Mexico, because we went to California and Mexico, and I was attempting to meet up with this girl.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But favorite live event, I don't have an answer for this, but I will tell this quick thing. And you tell me if you stop me if I've said this on the podcast, because I know I told you this recently. We went to Washington D.C. To go to, or Virginia. Where's Busch Gardens?
I don't know.
Well, my school.
Which one's in Tampa?
Yeah, well, Busch Gardens.
Okay.
But there's a Virginia one too.
Okay.
Or well, we probably went to Virginia and Washington D.C.
Okay.
And Busch Gardens, Virginia. We went with my school for our class trip.
Okay.
We went to Virginia and Washington D.C. in a school bus. Which is weird to now that I think about it. It's kind of weird.
12-hour drive?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, it is. On a school bus.
Yeah.
Not a charter bus.
No seatbelts.
Yeah.
Me and 3 friends got a hotel room
Mm-hmm.
when I was 13. and we accidentally ordered porn.
Yeah, accidentally.
Did I tell you about this on the podcast?
I don't know, but I have trouble believing it was an accident.
We didn't watch it.
Okay.
So we accidentally ordered porn. So for 4 13-year-old boys on this Catholic thing, I was just like, Jesus shit. I think I said this on the podcast before, but
yeah, I think so too.
I was that did happen. That was a kind of a good memory from that time, and we didn't get in trouble for it. We never saw any repercussions whatsoever. We told the teacher right away. We didn't watch it.
Right.
I don't know. Very weird, but that was a fun trip though. I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember. I don't know. I went on all the roller coasters. Anyway.
Yeah, and you're not a roller coaster guy.
I'm not.
Nice.
But that was kind of my. That's what I'll put in my favorite live event was that trip.
Okay.
Finally, cutest bitches last hottest sluts.
Yes, females we were most attracted to is my name for the category.
Yes. I don't really know. I mean, like I vaguely remember my crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt. Right. I know the girl that I really, really, really liked in my class that I was really attracted to was Lisa West. Mm-hmm. In my St. Philomena class. Then obviously this Alicia girl. Right. At LaSalle later in the year when I went to LaSalle. And besides that, I don't remember my celebrity crushes at that point in time.
Right.
I feel like, I don't know, at some point in my life, I definitely jacked off to pictures of girls that were like fully clothed and not sexual. Right. Like pictures of like Jennifer Love Hewitt in a magazine. Right. And I think it was probably around that time. But I don't specifically remember. I know that Jennifer Love Hewitt was a big deal to me for a while, but I just don't remember when. It was probably closer to when the first I Know What You Did Last Summer came out, so last year. Right. But yeah, I remember Lisa West, and there's a couple girls I had crushes on in my school before, like besides her, but it was never as much as I felt for that girl. Yeah, Alicia. I'm trying to think because then I went to Mount Hope, like by the end of September. So was there anyone that I had a crush on as a freshman that quickly? I don't know. I know the answer of who I had a crush on by the end of my freshman year. Right. But she was a senior, and I don't think I really talked to her until way later. So in 1998, negative. It was just Lisa West and then Alicia, I think. Okay. You?
Celebrity crushes were Sarah Michelle Gellar and Katie Holmes. Mm-hmm. Non-celebrity crushes, my friend Janine. I remember that year we had a Super Bowl party in our hall director's apartment, Guy's apartment. And she sat on my lap for the whole game. She sat like sideways across my lap. Wow. And I was like...
You didn't try to touch her butt?
I rubbed her back. I scritched her back. I booked her duke. Yeah. And... How you book Randy?
Yeah. You just slap across the face. Yes.
What is that? My back hurts. And so it never materialized. It happens. Mm-hmm. Then that summer when I started improv, first of all, that class was like... I was in awe of everyone in the class. I was 19, turning 20, and everyone was in their, or I guess probably had graduated. Yeah. I was the only one still in school, or they were in their mid 20s. It seemed like they all had experience, and they were all so funny. Yeah. Now I say they were all. I remember like 5 people from that class. Yeah. Greg Hartigan, Dave Buckman, Karen Gracci, who's a writer for Julia Stiles' show now. Maybe I remember right. I remember, and a girl named Heather. Heather was beautiful. Yeah. Like I remember like her specifically wearing like yellow denim shorts and a black tank top, and I was like, that's. I mean, it's simple, and that's wow. Yeah. Like stunning. 15 years later, she's still beautiful. Like frustratingly so. Yep. Like how does she get all that? And I'm stuck with this. It seems unfair. And I remember in the class there was a scene. It's probably like the third week. Like she was doing a scene with one guy, and they kissed during the scene, and I was so jealous. Yeah. And then so after that I was like, all right, I need to play a character. And I don't know that I ever really did a scene with her. Yeah. And then much later found out that. Like she was one of Casey's teachers at Fairfield and so on and so forth. So just interesting that, a big surprise, a hot blonde girl in her 20s was the object of my affection when I was 19, turning 20. And then in the fall, like during RA training, there was a girl named Monica who was a year younger than me. She was a sophomore, I was a junior. And she was just super cute, curly red hair, and... Like, we flirted a lot. I probably booked her duke during like training sessions, and then nothing ever. Like I don't know that I ever asked her out, and then she started dating Ben Marty, who I've always compared myself to, like, and put him like 4 pedestals above me. So I was like, well, I can't compete with Ben Marty. Like, Monica is gone forever, and she's still cute.
Yeah,
frustratingly so. And so that was kind of 98. Like, those are the girls I remember being super attracted to. Now, was I attracted to more than that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that stick out. Like, just now thinking about it, because I didn't look at the personal category before we started talking, and I'm like, I need to think of females I was most attracted to.
Yeah. Most jacked off to females.
Oh, dear. Yeah. You mentioned earlier DVDs, and there not being many.
Yeah.
And maybe this was in the part 1 of this podcast. And a guy on my floor who had a DVD player for his computer I think he had borrowed it, the Vivid movie, Bad Wives.
Yeah.
And I walked in on him while he
Yanking
was...
his crank? Cranking his yank.
Both of those things.
Yeah, wow, he's sick.
Yes.
Classless Chad Kafka.
It was not Chad Kafka. Not Chad Kafka.
They're just trying to pin stories on
Yes, that would be funny. No, it's but yeah, I was like, all right, how do I get to watch that DVD? Like,
yeah, of course.
Definitely trying to figure it out, but it scarred me for life.
Yeah. That's how you crank
Yeah,
it,
yeah. Let me show you how.
That's how I do it.
I don't. How is that possible? Oh,
Brad.
but other stuff I think about 98 was like, Chad and I were super, super, super close.
Yep.
Megan and I were still really close. And it was kind of like the 3 of us hung out all the time. That was when I was catching up to them, because I had switched my major the year before. And so we were taking some classes together, and we decided to minor in marketing together. And, we were all on staff together. Like, Chad and I were together all the time.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, people knew us as one entity.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's Brad or it's Chad and Brad. I'm like, I prefer to think of us as Brad and Chad. Yeah. I don't know, just like that summer, like hating my job and hating my life, and like, on day 1 I had a countdown of when do I go back to school, and then I had improv to look forward to, but like my family didn't understand it. Like, nobody I worked with cared. I'm like, oh, I've improv class this week. They're like, go measure some more wire.
Yeah.
So it was a weird 1998. But, punk music, improv, not asking girls out that I'm attracted to. Like, these are things that I've carried on.
Yeah.
For my whole life. So maybe 1998 really shaped me into the person that I
really feel like walking away from St. Phil's. It's weird, too, because I always think about, like, in high school, by the end of high school, you could definitely talk about how you're becoming an adult.
Yep.
I don't know about by the end of, like, 8th grade.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just, you're still a kid. So, anyways, what I was going to say is, like, I think about the fact that I feel like I never really fit in at St. Philomena's in Portsmouth. Like, I had friends like Nick and Bowman and Justin and some other people. But I never, I don't know, I felt like I definitely felt like, with the exception of Bowman, that those people didn't care about me.
Yeah.
And that I didn't fit in there, and that I did terrible with the girls there, and
right.
I didn't talk to them, and I don't know. It was weird. So I definitely felt that way, especially walking away from it. Me and Bowman were like super close, though. Me and Bowman's not part of that. And then, starting LaSalle, obviously, I felt like super lost because the place was so big. Any kind of high school, grade school to high school transformation, I felt. But again, with those 12-hour days,
right.
It was just like, I hate this.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. And they also, they put me in chemistry. They put me in, advanced Italian, stuff like that, where I'm just like, I can't do this.
Right.
And I didn't. Chemistry is one of the, to me, chemistry is the stupidest goddamn class. Legitimately, in terms of, I know it seems like an ignorant thing to say, when are we going to use this in real life?
Right.
But isn't that part of it?
Probably.
I think about, Like, why would you do chemistry? Why would that happen?
Unless you're going into science,
right.
yeah.
That's what I mean. If you know.
So the idea of like, why do I need to know about covalent bonds?
Unless maybe the answer to that question is, how does anyone know they're going to go into that unless we have classes like that?
Right.
But we are forced to take them. It's not an option.
No,
like,
it was not.
I was put in advanced chemistry when I was like 16 at high school, and it was I barely passed by the skin of my teeth. And the class was graded on a curve because so many people failed all the time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Is that common for chemistry?
In high school, I was in honors chemistry, and not a lot of people failed in honors chemistry.
Well, did they have it graded on a curve?
No.
Did you ever have any classes graded on a curve?
Or if they did, I was at the part of the curve.
The bell curve.
Yeah. In college, our second chemistry exam was graded on a curve, and that was the first test I remember being grateful there was a curve. I got a 48 out of 100, and that was the lowest C.
Wow. How do you feel about that right now?
I feel terrible. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I should have studied harder. I could have learned that stuff. But I'm sure if you showed it to me and I was like going through it and I'm trying to learn it, I don't know that it would sink in.
Dude, it's very difficult, that kind of stuff. The covalent bonds. But yeah, so LaSalle was a really difficult transition for me. I was definitely very upset. Also, I worked all that summer, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Which I didn't bring up because it wasn't a big part of it because I only worked on Friday nights as a dishwasher. I ate some fish and Tavino's. But, yeah, was I 13 when I worked? Maybe I was 13. I don't know. Anyway. But then, so I went to Mount Hope. Like I said, I really only have, let's call it October, November, December of my 1998 at Mount Hope. So I didn't really have a lot of those friends. Like Lou came way later. Jordan came way later. All those people. It was just really me and Christian in the beginning. And eventually, next year, the Alley Show, which I'll bring in.
I remember getting a phone call in my dorm room of a friend calling to say he had gotten his girlfriend pregnant.
Wow.
And that happened.
First time you dealt with it?
I got the phone call in October of '98, and I was like, "Congratulations!" Like, I didn't really know what to say.
Yeah.
He did not seem thrilled by the idea.
Cool. I just got a bag of Doritos.
Roar, did you hear what I said?
Oh my God, such good Doritos.
These are so nacho
Listen,
cheesy.
Man, I gotta call you back. I got something going on. I got something going on.
Yeah. It was like I talked about like my close school friends and my home friends I obviously only saw for the summer, but I was working.
So you didn't,
It's like 7 to 3:30, and I was up at 5:30 every day. So you wanted to be in bed by 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah, it sucks.
And so you don't really see them, and then Friday you might get to see them.
Fucking shit with life.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's funny to go back and we're dealing with these very different points in time.
Right.
You know?
In fact, I think my friend just celebrated his 15-year anniversary at Ford, which is crazy for me to think that he started there 15 years. And, like, he worked security, like, at the gate. And I remember giving him or selling him my game gear so he'd have something to do while waiting for trucks to come through. And then he, like, moved to the line, and then as a line supervisor, and now I think he's in the offices.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, 15 years. It's weird because I'm like, oh, it seems like such a long time, but it also seems
not that long
ago.
Yeah. For me, it's a little harder to reach back into my 13-year-old brains, but that vag, I'll never forget it.
I'm glad. If you have specific memories about things from your life from 1998 or music or television, feel free to send us an email at chuckandbrad@gmail.com. If your name is Alicia and you went to LaSalle, and your name apparently starts with something before STA, something directly before STA.
You know what? It might have been a zigzag.
Uh-oh.
I know. I don't know.
All right, Alicia, if you have a face like Bambi and red hair.
I don't know why that's how I describe it.
And a well-defined Virginia.
Genitals.
Yes. Then
they were well defined. What does that even mean?
Well, it was well defined in her underpants, I guess. Like you could make out details. Was that right?
I could see her whole vagina.
Oh wow!
Panties. I said that.
Okay. I was confused.
Her whole vagina. I saw.
Wow.
There was no panties.
All right. I'm sorry. I thought outline.
I could see her whole vagina.
I missed that. I'm so sorry.
And she was bending over, so it's like.
Yeah.
spread a little bit.
Yeah, Chuck's doing motions with his hands right now. This is the church. This is the steeple. Open the doors. And here comes Chuck's erection.
Yeah. It was. I saw her whole vagina. That's why it changed. It changed me.
Okay, I see why it would change you into the incubus you are
beautiful
today.
Girl, beautiful red hair.
Okay, if you're her, send us an email, chuckandbrad@gmail.com.
Please.
If you are Eric Maxud and want to pretend to be that girl because you think you're going to mess with Chuck, please go ahead and try.
Yeah. I'm going to disgust you before you disgust me there, pal.
That's true. That's something I found out about Chuck a long time ago.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for this flashback with us, the Brammy Chammy Flashy Backy.
Yes.
Chuck, thank you for flashing back with me.
Of course.
Deuces.
All my life, I pray for someone like you. Yes, I pray that